Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Clockwork Cantina, episode 126. I am one of your hosts, Josh902. On the other end of this council of peoples is the other host of this show.
I'm DT3. Hello, everyone.
Hello, everyone, and you may notice that we have a friend here with us, a guest.
Yes, sir.
A friend, Mr. Guest, who are you?
Oh, just a random black guy who streams. I'm SaveUsJ. A lot of people just call me Jay, and I do a lot of variety stuff on Twitch. Play a lot of DBD, and yeah, that's pretty much it.
Awesome. You guys out there watching the show, you know we love to have guests on when we can, and Jay is somebody that we've talked about previously about wanting to have on, and it just so happens that fate has decreed that this is the week, the time, the place, the date for him to be here with us, and it just worked out that way. So we have a lot to talk about in the second half of the show. We have a lot to talk about in the first half of the show as well, don't we, DT3?
General, yeah. We do. Yeah. There's quite a bit, man. It just, it's Comic-Con weekend, so there's a lot of news right out there right now. A lot of things to go through and get to for sure.
Absolutely. And if anybody's audio is too low or too loud, let me know and I will adjust them. I usually have to make some adjustments when we have guests on, just because I have everything set individually. So let me know in the chat if anybody is too quiet, too loud, what you need from me, and I will adjust and fix that for you guys.
Might have to fix the now discussing, because we're not on wrestling yet, Josh.
Oh, why is that up there? That should not be alive right now. What the heck?
Yeah.
I had that off. Wait, what's going on? Hang on, let me fix it.
It's busted. Oh no.
No, I have it in here twice for some reason. Which one is that version? Okay, I need to hide that one. Or sorry, delete that one. Remove it. I don't need that. All right, we're good. We're fixed. I don't know why that was up
Excellent.
there.
All right, all good. You got it.
The way we usually start off this show, Jay, who is here with us for the first time, is we talk about what we've been up to the past week, and then we move into the news. So, DT3, you're up first. What have you been up to this past week? What have you been playing? What you been watching? What you been doing?
So, yeah, we usually kind of talk about more of the funner things, cool things, the just things you've been up to. So on stream, I've recently been or was playing Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy. It was a game that came out, I believe, like late last year. I want to say like October, November. I don't remember exactly when, but I just recently played through it. Since I have Game Pass right now, I'm kind of going through some games, that are on there that I've been wanting to play for a while that I don't own. So it's been cool. I played that. I beat it all in like a week. It's fun, man. If you like Marvel, if you like Guardians, if you're like into action adventure games, definitely recommend. It was a fun time. Didn't take that long to play through. Like I said, it took me like I think a week to play. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. So played through that. Been playing also, Fortnite, because of all the events that are still happening right now. It's a summer event stuff that's happening, so I've been playing that. Since Fall Guys has gone free to play, I've been playing a little bit of that too now, because they have like things, and sometimes there's friends that are like, yo, you want to play? And I'm like, all right, well, fuck it, whatever. I'll play. So I've been playing a little bit of that. I also played a little bit of Grounded. Also on Game Pass. I played a little bit before. If you don't know what Grounded is, it's like the what is it, like the Honey I Shrunk the Kids kind of game.
Just getting ready to say that too.
Yeah, it's like you're like in the backyard. You can, it's like a 4-player co-op dealio, like survival game. So yeah, that's what that is. It was it's pretty cool. I like playing survival games, but like they're more fun with friends. Like I don't really play them alone, It's just, this is more fun when you're in a group. But
Yeah.
yeah. So play a little of that. And that's really all the games I've been playing. I also had COVID this past week, so I was kind of recovering from that, which is why, there wasn't really, a whole lot more of that kind of stuff. But anyway, recovered. I'm fully recovered. This time last week I was still sick, but here we are. I'm good to go now. And then
Thank God.
Yeah, thank goodness for that. Watched a movie called The Gray Man. was all right. I didn't, I wasn't, I didn't really love it or anything, but it was all right. It was okay.
Yeah.
Uh, so I watched that, and then you know what was on TV? Fucking Karate Kid, and I was like, you know what? Fuck it, we're watching it, dude. So I watched
Watch the
Karate Kid
Karate
again, dude.
Kid. Yeah.
Yeah, you're the best
All
around.
right.
Anyway, and then as you guys know, I've been saying this for a little bit now. Thor: Love and Thunder came out like a while back. And by a while back, I mean like what, earlier this month, right? At the beginning of the month.
Yeah.
Um, and I watched the movie and I was like, okay, I wonder how different the Thor 2014 comic run is from the movie. So I actually read the comics to see how different it was from the movie, and boy, is it different. There is some stuff. I mean, obviously, like comics and movies are going to be different because the MCU has done stuff, and like they each have like characters, and they've made decisions that would not work with the way the comic works. So I
Mhm.
actually I read the Thor comics, and I see Majin in the chat. I'm looking forward to talking about that with you, man, because I read them, dude. I read all the 8 issues of the 2014 Thor run, and very interesting. They have some characters in that comic run that are not in the movie that I would be very uh intrigued to see if they show up in future MCU stuff or anything like that. But yeah, that's kind of pretty much all I've been up to. I was really, like I said, I really wanted to read the Thor comics, and I finally did. So yeah,
Oh yeah.
that's kind of what I've been up to. So yeah, take it away,
Awesome.
Josh.
All right. Jay, I'm gonna slide you in here. So that way you're in between us if you want to.
Hey,
Do
there
you
you
want?
go.
What have you
Hey,
been
hey,
up to this
yo.
past week, my man? What have you been watching, doing, playing? All those things.
Uh, well, last week.
Well, yeah, just for within the past
Let's
week, from like
Yeah.
then
yeah.
to now.
Okay, so I haven't really been doing much lately. Just been working and playing a few games. A few games being Monster Hunter Rise because the Sunbreak DLC came out
Oh,
late
nice. Yeah.
last month, I believe. So I've been playing a lot of that and I'm having a lot of fun playing that. Another game that I am playing too is Stray. I played that on
Ah,
stream. I played it on
yeah,
stream. I don't know what day I played that on, but I'm still playing the game. But I've
yeah,
heard that the game is really, really fun. It's really, really good. So I'm gonna try
yeah.
to finish that tonight.
The game just came out, and been seeing a lot of people play it, and it looks really cool. I actually do want to play that at some point myself. But yeah, it looks good. Yeah, really,
Yeah.
really cool.
But yeah, that's what else have I been done? Just on a slightly personal level, just trying to get myself together personally and financially. So,
I got you.
just
Nice, cool.
keeping myself productive, I guess. So
I think something we
that's
all
it.
need to do more of. It's like getting ourselves together and getting our,
Yes,
you know, our minds right, our bodies right, all that stuff. Yeah, for sure, for
absolutely.
sure. All
And
right.
also try to dread this godforsaken heat wave.
Oh
Oh
my
my
God,
goodness,
it's
dude.
killing us.
That's like everybody on the planet right now. It's fucking awful, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
so
is
true.
it is just the worst, man. I hate it. I always dread summertime because it's just the worst time, man. Awful.
Yeah.
Awful, awful.
Yeah.
I
And it
feel
gets
for
and it
you,
gets
bro.
hotter every year, man. It's terrible. But anyway, do what we
Yeah,
can, man.
that's all that I got going
Okay.
so far.
All
But
right.
yeah.
All right. Well, it's my turn then, and I've played a little bit of Fortnite. And by playing a little bit of Fortnite, I mean I got kind of squished a lot of the last times I played to the point that I stopped playing. So,
It
um,
was we had some rough games there for a little bit, but
yeah,
you
it was
know,
a streak. It was a little bit of a streak. Yeah, but it's not pretty.
yeah.
Um, I'm sure I'll be playing it some more this next week. Um,
You're doing the no build, right?
yeah, no
Yeah,
build, zero
always,
build.
always no build.
Yeah,
Okay.
I
I
don't
don't know
do
how to do that
the
shit.
build and stuff, dude.
Uh,
I yeah, nah. Those kids that play that game, dude, they'll build like a fucking pyramid in front of you, and you're like, how do
yeah,
you do
Yeah.
right.
that so fast, dude?
Fucking, I'm over
I
here
don't.
like hiding behind a
Yeah,
rock, and then the Taj Mahal's in front of me, and I'm like, how the fuck did that happen? Like
straight up, dude. You're like, how the
Kids got
Leaning
way too
Tower
much
of
time on their
Pisa? What
hands.
the hell? Yeah,
straight
dude,
up.
it's crazy. So yeah, I only strictly play zero build because that's yeah no. And the other stuff, the build mode is just too much.
That's the
Yeah.
way to go.
Yes, sir.
I've been playing No Man's Sky. They had another update, the endurance update. Man, when I go back to that game, I realize I don't know how to play this freaking game, and I have to spend like at least like 5 hours learning how to play the game again, and I still haven't got to the stuff that they've added in the update. Other than I have a frigate and I have a ship and I'm building it up. I'm like Captain Picard, on the Enterprise, building it up. So I'm having a lot of fun in No Man's Sky. I'll keep playing it. I'll be playing it tonight probably.
Nice. Yeah. Yeah. Cool.
It's really cool. It's a lot of fun. And I played like a smidge of the game Symphony of War, which is like that Fire Emblem ish Animu game that came out like a few weeks ago, a month ago, something like that. And I like it. I just ended up getting distracted by No Man's Sky. I watched The Gray Man along with DT3 and some of the others, and I've kind of like of the same thought of him. It's like I enjoyed it, but it wasn't like it didn't blow my socks off or anything. It's just an action movie, Netflix action movie. They have a few of them. I saw the finale of
Finale.
Strange New Worlds, the first season.
Yeah, I still need to do that.
Yeah. And I enjoyed that whole show through. So Star Trek Strange New Worlds, if you haven't seen it, gets a recommendation from me. I had a good time with it. And moments ago, about an hour ago ish, I finished the newest episode of Westworld, episode 5 of season 4. And it continues to be good this season, which is shocking considering the last season I didn't really like that much at all. But this season has been pretty good. So if you fell off Westworld last season, give this season a try. It kind of turns everything on its head a little bit, and it feels like the old Westworld a little bit. So
That's good.
strong recommendations from me.
Yeah.
Other than that, I'm still doing the dice stuff a little bit. It's kind of slowed down a bit because I don't need to make a whole lot more. Currently, but yeah, I just kind of in my off time been making dice and stuff. So that's kind of all I've been up to.
Ooh.
So
Nice,
if we
nice.
want to hop into the gaming news DT3, we surely can do that if you are ready, my friend.
I am indeed. All right, so let's go ahead and do that. So first thing we have here for the gaming news is Mario Strikers Battle League has an update, a free update, I should add. And it adds Daisy, Shy Guy, and a new arena and more. We actually have a little 1 minute 20-second video for it. Now, I am a big fan of the Mario Striker games. Jay, I don't know how much of them you played, if any, but like I played like the one on the GameCube, the one on the Wii. I don't have this new one yet, but I do want to get it at some point because they're fun, man.
Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of this game up on YouTube, and I was tempted to buy it. I still haven't bought it.
Yeah, no,
I don't. I'm just having some thoughts about it still, like
I
because
got you. Yeah, no,
I'm not that much of a soccer fan.
soccer guy.
So
Yeah, I
yeah,
understand.
so kind of like on the fence with that a little bit,
I feel you.
but
I
it looks
understand.
fun.
So they got Daisy with all her stats.
Look at the little shy guy. Look at him. I think this looks fun. I've never played any of these, and I'm not a soccer guy either, but I think that the game looks kind of fun. It'd be the kind of stuff I'd play as a kid against like the nephew and get my ass kicked and get really mad, like that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never really been to like I haven't really been into like sports games that feature Mario and the superstars. And I haven't really
Mhm.
been like on that as much. But I know for the most part, like most of their the games, like the golf, they have the golf, and I think they
Yeah, there's
have.
so many of them, right? There's even like the
Yeah,
Olympic ones that they do like every time
yeah,
there's the Olympics and stuff, and they even do
yeah.
like
Like,
Mario and Sonic at the Olympics and shit, and like there's so many different like
Mm-hmm.
mhm.
Mario sports games. It's wild, yeah.
Yeah, they're all pretty
But
good in their own right. I just never been like
I
into
get
it
you.
like
Yeah,
that.
I'm usually am not either, but like I am a soccer guy, so I do like the striker stuff or
Yeah,
that kind of thing. So I played, like I said, the one on the GameCube, the one on the Wii, and then well, yeah, this new one I don't have it yet, but I do want to get it at some point eventually.
mhm,
The game came out June, and this new free update was available, or it's available now. It came out last Thursday, the
yeah.
21st, July 21st. So if you have the game and you want to get the update, there you can get it now. Like I said, it has Shy Guy, Daisy, New Arena. There's you guys saw the video there. Josh threw it up for you, so
mm-hmm.
pretty cool. Yeah, I like I said, I want to get it eventually, but I don't have it yet because I do have fun with these type of games. So yeah,
I just like the idea that many, many, many moons ago, people were like, "Nerds don't go out and play sports, so let's give them video games that are
let's
sports."
have this let's have this plumber dude Mario and his friends. They'll be fine, right?
Exactly.
All right,
All right.
all right.
What
The
do we
next
got
thing we have
next?
here is that Discord support is finally coming to Xbox. So for those of you who are on Xbox, that play on Xbox, that use Xbox, and also use Discord, the two are finally coming together for communication. Uh, you know, so there was an official blog post over on the Xbox website. Connect your worlds. Discord voice chat comes to Xbox consoles for Xbox insiders. So you can link your account via the Xbox. So basically, what you do is you open the Xbox guide, go to parties and chats, and click try Discord voice on Xbox. From there, you scan a QR code, which will take you to the Discord and Xbox apps. Set up a two-way link between your Discord and Xbox accounts. If you and it says here, if you've done it before, you have to relink it. A new option to join Xbox will appear in the Discord mobile app. You'll need to download the Xbox app to transfer your voice chat from Discord to your specified Xbox console. Once transfer has occurred, you can hop into a voice channel and be good to go to hang out with whoever you want to hang out with. Um, so just based off of that, it sounds like there's quite a bit of steps you have to do to make this happen.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I guess finally, they have support for people who are on Xbox, like, but something is better than nothing, right? Like
I
finally,
mean, that's
better,
cool.
better late than never, right? I
More
suppose.
options are
Yeah,
always good. That's what I say.
yeah.
So,
And when
um,
nowadays with like crossplay and all that kind of stuff, you might play with people who don't have a PC, or they're like
mhm,
stuck on Xbox or whatever. And like I know, like for me, whenever I play games with somebody, I'll usually, typically, always, 100% of the time, want to chat on Discord over like in-game party chat or anything else, right? Like it's
Yeah.
yeah,
I feel like it's just better that way. So the fact that they're making that more accessible and available for everybody is or for more people at least is definitely the way to go. Because that's, yeah, I mean, it's always good, right?
yeah, for sure. Hi,
Um,
Val.
yeah, so
Yeah.
so that's cool. So for those of you out there again who use Xbox and use Discord and don't really have anything else, there you go. Hey Val. This next one is, I'm sure, well, I know Josh has been
Yeah.
been dealing with this because he was just telling us how he's been playing it. So No Man's Sky has a new endurance update, and it reworks how players build and command freighters and fleets. So what's crazy about this is that it's No Man's Sky's 20th free update.
20?
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, 20th free update. Like
Jesus.
they've had 20 free updates since the game has come out. Because I don't know if you remember, Jay, but this game promised a lot before it
Oh,
came
yeah.
out.
Oh,
And
definitely.
then
Yeah, yeah.
they kind of didn't really, like deliver for the most part. And
Mhm.
since and to be fair to the team and Sean Murray and everybody over there, like they've been like pumping out. I mean, like I said, this is the 20th free update that they've had for this game, and the game came out like in 2016, and they're still like adding content to it. So it's kind of crazy, but it's also really cool,
Yeah.
So yeah, this is the 20th free update, and it dropped sometime last week, I believe on the 20th, which is last Wednesday, and yeah, they give players new tools and functionality that make the commanding and management of their fleet ships more entertaining and manageable. You can oversee the brigade of the new bridge from the ship deck and now have instant access to teleportation rooms. You can spacewalk on exterior walkways on your ship. Give you denser views, and you can see the asteroid fields and all that good, cool stuff that you get to see in space. Josh has a video playing right now, obviously, so you guys can kind of get a look of what what it looks like.
Yeah, they've redone ships. When I logged on and got on my freighter, it looked completely different on the inside. So the rooms I had made were still there, but you used to be able to walk up to your bridge from a ramp. They got rid of the ramps. You just have teleporters now. So you teleport right up. Yeah. I was a little confused. I was like, how do I get to my bridge? But yeah, they've added a whole lot of building stuff. It's cool, man. It's neat. I haven't spent a lot of time with it, but
yeah, I haven't played this game in a little bit, but yeah, I figured if there was somebody who could speak on this, is you, because you've been playing it like pretty recently.
They also, I don't know if they're still going on, but they had drops going on Twitch. So if you were watching the streamer, like I got a ship, I got a gun, I got a whole bunch of stuff. I think you got to watch somebody for like 3 hours. But yeah, it's pretty fun. You can make grow rooms and stuff on your ships. It's basically Star Trek now. Or you command and stuff from it, and it's pretty cool. I need to get into it more. I gotta get me one of them solar ships, man, with the solar sails. They look so cool. I want one.
Nice.
I gotta watch. I'm gonna have to watch streamers, because I'm sure that they know how to do stuff I never will, and I have to watch people learn how to do shit.
Yeah, I actually didn't even know that there was drops going on. But if there is, then I need to watch some streams too. You know what I'm waiting for? They do this every once in a while, but whenever they bring back the Normandy from Mass Effect, I need to figure out how to get that, because that is going to be a good one to have in your fleet for sure. Yeah, I like No Man's Sky. It's one of those games that I go back to every once in a while. I haven't played it more recently, but yeah, I do like it. I do like the game for sure.
They're also coming up on their 4.0, right? Like they're almost at version 4.0 of their game, and people are speculating that that'll be a big patch with something massive in it. So we will see about that as well.
Well, I just checked the drops. They end tomorrow, so if you want to get some of those drops in,
you better get on it.
Get it. Yeah, exactly.
It's not long drops. You just have to have a stream open, I think, for about 3 hours total to get everything. So,
perfect.
It's not like next day stuff. Like some of those New World drops were, or any of those other types of drops we've had before, where you have to sit there for 2 fucking days to get everything. Just 3 hours.
Yeah, that's kind of rough. But anyway, yeah, cool, awesome, man. That's pretty dope. Awesome. All right.
What's next?
The next thing is something that I'm sure many people will be sad about. I'm just kidding. Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora has been delayed out of 2022. Dang, man. I know how much we were all waiting for that Avatar game.
How do you feel about the Avatar franchise? Not the Last Airbender, the blue cat people one. Just out of curiosity.
The blue people. Like did you you watched have you even seen the movie? Like It came
I
out in
have not.
2009.
I
Oh, well,
have
there you
not.
go.
The movie's
I
long.
heard some things about that movie, so that's
So
probably a good thing I didn't.
the big thing, I mean, I actually don't think the movie's terrible, but also I haven't seen it in a very long time.
Yeah.
It is a bit of a longer movie. And the big deal with that movie was that when it first came out, people were losing their minds over it because it was like 3D, right? It's like, oh, 3D glasses, and go to the theater and watch it in 3D and all that.
Yeah.
So that was like the big deal for the movie. But yeah, like I said, I actually don't think the movie's like that terrible, but I
Mhm.
also haven't seen it in a long time. I don't think it's fantastic either. But yeah, I don't know. It's just it was okay, like the movie, but this game, I feel like, to be honest, like they're coming out with a new movie this year,
Mm-hmm.
and and they're coming out with more movies like beyond this year. They were working, I think, on like at least 4 more movies. So there's like 5. There's gonna be like 5 total Avatar movies. Because James Cameron is a madman, and he's like, "Yo, dude, I don't want to do anything other than make blue people movies." And but I say that though, but he was kind of like, "Yo, maybe after the third one, I should just hand that off to somebody else." But yeah, I don't know, man. The game, from what I saw, I don't think we saw any actual gameplay, right? It was just kind of like a cinematic thing that we saw.
This video has like first look stuff in it. I guess this is the game that's playing in the article.
It looks like
Yeah,
it, yeah.
I hadn't seen this before, to be honest with you. I don't think.
I
But
mean,
no,
it
like
looks
actual
pretty
gameplay.
decent, I suppose. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, this is gonna be one of those things where like I could see it being good, but I just I don't.
You're gonna have to blow my socks off because you're competing with a whole lot of other games out
Yeah,
there.
there's a lot of other games out there, and this one's getting pushed back to either 2023 or 2024.
Mhm.
And this is going to be a Ubisoft open world game, obviously, set in the Avatar universe.
That
And
gives
this
me
report comes,
like
yeah, I know,
worries.
I
Ubisoft. The
know,
moment you said
yeah,
Ubisoft, it was like, oh yeah, that's right.
yep, it is a newbie game, so it could go either way, I suppose,
Yeah.
right? But we shall wait and see. It was revealed during E3 2021. But now it's getting pushed back for another year or two, coming from a Ubi quarterly sales report. But yeah, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see about this one, man. We shall see.
Mm-mm.
Yep, indeed.
Moving on, I know we've been talking about the Warner Brothers uh, fighting game Multiverses. We have some other character reveals. There is currently an ongoing like beta right now. Um, and they've been revealing characters like the Iron Giants, and then now they're adding LeBron from fucking Space Jam and Rick and Morty coming in season 1, which begins on August 1st. So I actually played the alpha for this. I did have a code for the beta, but I haven't tried it out yet. So I gotta maybe try it out again. But LeBron is actually joining the game tomorrow, which is the
Daniel's gonna
official
main
start of the
LeBron, man.
beta. You know
It's gonna be
what's
your
funny
main.
though? I have not seen Space Jam 2 yet. I was wanting to because I like the
Well,
first Space Jam. I have not checked out the second one yet.
I haven't either.
I haven't. I want to though. I mean, I know it's probably gonna be a terrible movie, but I still want to watch it anyway, just so I can say that I've seen it, and like,
No, I
Yeah.
and
get you.
I generally am the type of person where people are like, uh, you know, talking about a movie, and they're like, "Yo, it's not good. Don't watch that or whatever." I'm just like, I'm the person that like
No,
I
gotta
want to
make your
watch
own
it for myself,
decisions.
man. I want to make my own
Exactly.
opinion on it. I want to form my own opinion on things, man. So I want to experience it for my own and check it out. So that's what I want to do. And yeah, I'll watch it at some point. There's like I always say this, but there's a gang of shit I need to watch, man. Movies and shows and everything. So I'll probably watch it at some point. I'm gonna shit. I'm gonna give Morbius a shot too, man. We're gonna check that out at some point. And
Oh
again,
Hell
no.
I know it's probably not gonna be good, but I'm gonna watch it for myself, man.
You
I
gonna
want to see
know.
it, dude.
We will know it on that Cantina. Daniel be morbid out here on
Yeah,
the show.
It's
I'll
Morbin
let you guys
time.
know. I'm gonna send out the call for Morb Nation, and then I'll let you
No,
guys know what I think.
Jesus Christ.
Anyway,
I was just watching LeBron just in action. It's just like I just can't see him throw hands like that. That's just weird for me.
he's he's a bruiser type character, in this game, and he looks like he was just beating the shit out of Shaggy right now. And what else?
It's just like mainly
What's
using his basketball just to attack. It's
yeah.
like you're supposed to throw hands, not use the ball. Come on now.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Maybe, like I said, maybe it has something to do with the movie. Maybe he uses. I don't know, man.
Yeah, who knows?
Maybe it's just a game thing. I don't know.
Yeah,
But anyway, it's interesting that they're adding like a gang of just different characters that are like all over the place, because
yeah.
this is basically like Warner Brothers Smash Bros. Because everybody wants to do their own Smash Bros. Right? So
Hmm.
it's like, oh well, we'll throw in our characters in there, and and then you just get a mix of all these crazy, you know, all this crazy stuff going on all at once. So that's cool. I mean, it's good that they're still going to be adding characters, because there's been games in the past where it's like, here's your roster, and that's it.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's cool. What is next? The next thing we have here is we have a character trailer for Gotham Knights. This time we have Batgirl. So this is a game that we've been kind of talking about and looking forward to, and I know I'm looking forward to it. There's been some stuff here and there that kind of it's like,
Hmm.
well, I wish they wouldn't have done that, or I wish they would do that differently. But I'm still on board. I still want this game to succeed. Um, but yeah, let's go ahead and check out this Batgirl character trailer. We previously have seen one for Red Hood and I think actually Red Hood, Robin, and Nightwing, right?
Yeah, so this
I
will be the
believe so.
So this
last
Yeah,
is
one.
yeah.
this will be the last one, yeah, for Batgirl. So let's check it out. We got minute 59. Let's see how she plays in the game.
Okay, that trailer is super loud.
If there's one thing I've learned about Gotham City, it's that people
All right, Barbara.
need symbols. Something
Bam.
to believe in.
What was that?
Damn. Okay.
Bad girl.
Okay, something about the skin there. I guess just showing like different skins for her.
Yeah, they've been doing that. They
Yeah.
show like for each character trailer they've done, they show like some of the different skins that you can get for the character.
There was
Which
just
is
one
kinda
that just there was one that just really just
People runs in my veins.
got me just like, what the hell is that? It was one that they showed like a quick look at her face. And I swear I almost thought it was Batman himself.
Yeah.
It just didn't look right.
No matter what alias I go by,
I mean, but overall, I mean, it's
that's who I
pretty
am.
good.
That's who I
Yeah, so I
always
was
like
gonna
it.
ask you, Jay, like, are you like how much do you know about this game
Gotham
in
has
general?
called.
And then like, are you a DC guy, or like do you really like not really, or like
I mean, I know very little DC. Like, obviously Batman and Superman is
Yeah.
like the most common ones that I
Yeah,
usually watch. Like anything
yeah,
else,
definitely.
any other superheroes beyond that,
Pre-order now.
I'm not
33
too
custom
familiar
Batcycle
with.
skin.
But I
Okay.
do know them. But like I
Yeah,
haven't like watched, like I haven't read the
you,
comics or anything like that of
you
the
know
sort.
of them, but not about them. I got you. Yeah.
Mhm.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yes,
Yeah. So
I do like this. I'm looking forward to this Arkham.
yeah, it's something that like I am a DC guy, so I've been wanting something like this for a long time. The thing that like really I
Mhm.
don't understand why though is you have a game where you have 4 characters you can play as, right?
Mhm.
But for some unknown reason that is beyond me, I don't understand why they made this decision. It's only going to be 2-player co-op, but you have 4 characters to choose from. Like, why not just make it 4-player co-op? Like, I don't understand that.
That's what I
Like,
thought it
why?
was at first.
I mean, that's what everybody thinks, right? And then they're like, no, we're just gonna make it 2-player co-op, so you can only have 2 at a time, even though you can play as 4 different characters. It's like, what?
Hmm.
That is a little mind-boggling to me, but
Weird.
I don't know, man. Well, and yeah, I don't know. I really wish it was more than that, and I really hope that this game, like, you know, from now until its release date, which is supposed to be what, like October, I think, or
Yeah, something like that.
so, yeah, something like that. I hope they just, I don't know.
Maybe there'll be a future
wa-
update like that
I
will
Yeah.
add
hope
it.
so.
You know,
I
really
hope
hope
so,
so.
dude.
Because listen, we are people with vast amounts of friends on the internet, and we all play games together. Be it Fortnite, be it No Man's Sky, be it Conan, be it whatever,
We play a lot
whatever
of
the
shit,
fuck.
yeah.
We play a lot of games, and we play them together. And we all don't have a lot of time, so it's great when we get to play them together, right? So like when we can fit them in. So when it's only like 2 players, you're killing me, all right? Because I've evolved from, I'm not the kid anymore in there playing the Super Mario Bros with my dad or my sisters, right? I'm on the internet with at least 30 other people at all times, usually playing video games nowadays. Okay, I'm sorry I'm so popular, Mr. Video Game Developers, but I need you to do me a solid here, all right, and give me more co-op,
We games
more
you
than
can play
2.
with more than 2, sometimes even more than 4 people, man.
I
Because
need
like
I need at least
it'd
quad
be like
op.
that.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like if you're at least not giving the minimum of 4, then you need to do better, man. Because that is like, come on, man, come on now.
Absolutely.
But anyway, yes, and especially, and again, something like this game where it's like you have 4 characters, but you're only
Yeah.
allowing 2, like that's, come on.
Come on.
Anyway,
Come on.
Yeah, it's crazy.
moving on from that, there is a report that EA of all people is working on a Black Panther game.
Mhm.
There was a according to Jeff Grubb, who is a journalist from Giant Bomb. He says that publisher EA is working on a Black Panther game. The plot revolves around the death of a current Black Panther, with the player creating a character to take up the mantle. The game is reportedly in very early development at one of EA's yet unnamed Seattle studio. The studio was recently formed by Monolith Productions VP Kevin Stevens. And yeah, that's kind of really all the news we have here. We know EA is working on other things. I think the most recent Black Panther has been in a game is the Avengers, Marvel's Avengers. They did an expansion called War for Wakanda,
Mhm.
where they had, I believe, the guy who plays Kratos in God of War voice
Oh,
T'Challa
Christopher
in
Judge.
that. Yeah, Christopher Judge voicing T'Challa in that game,
Hmm.
which was pretty cool. It was pretty interesting. But yeah, I don't know. This sounds kind of like a little sus. This EA
It does
working on this
sound
game.
weird, right? And
Yeah,
that is if the rumor turns out to be true as well, because
right.
it is a
It
rumor,
is it
and it
is a rumor
is
for now.
from
Yeah,
Jeff Grubb, which is Jeff Grubb is not to take away from him. The dude has verified sources in places, but I don't know, man. It just seemed a little weird. It seems a little strange. I don't
I
know.
think.
Like,
Uh, yeah, I think Jake kind of has,
mhm,
he's like,
mhm,
sounds like an awful money grab. I mean, it kind
mhm.
of does, because I mean, like a Black Panther game would be fucking awesome. Like, I love to play a Black Panther game, but I think what makes it weird is like the timing of it. Like, why couldn't
The
this have come
plot.
out like
The plot
Yeah,
is
also
kind of makes me
the plot, yeah.
uncomfortable. It makes me uncomfortable when you read that. I didn't even know that's what that was. When you read that, I immediately was
I
like, "Ew, that feels gross right now." You know what I mean? Like it
Yeah,
felt
yeah, that's
weird.
what I'm saying. That's what I was gonna lead to is like the
Mhm, mhm.
timing of this seems like not great. Like if you like, why couldn't this have happened like around the time at the very least when the first movie came out? Like a few years back. Like why couldn't this have come out before? You know what I mean? Like why now of all times are you doing this? So yeah, and then
Yeah.
yeah, that just sounds weird. And like, why create your own Black Panther? Why not why not just play T'Challa? Like, well, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
what's up
I
with
don't
that?
get that either. Like, yeah, I don't get that.
Hmm.
I don't think people want to create their own. I think people just want to play as T'Challa.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But anyway, that sounds a little weird. So again, this is all a rumor right now, so we'll see, what ends up happening. But
So let me actually, do you want a Black Panther game? I
I
mean,
I I
would you like this?
I
Like,
think it'd be cool. Like this in particular, I mean, sounds. I mean, we were just talking about it. Sounds
yeah,
like not the best, but like
right.
in general, would I have liked the game like in the past or even now? I think depending on how they do it, it could be cool. I mean, I genuinely like I don't know if you've played Spider-Man, like the most recent
Yeah.
one. Like if it was like something like that, but for
Okay. Yeah.
like for what that did for Spider-Man, that was amazing. Like for me, that's like the best
Hmm.
Spider-Man game, right?
Yeah.
Like
For
ever.
sure.
I thought it was fantastic. I still need to play Miles Morales, but because I haven't played that. But like the game, the other one I have played, amazing. So like
Mhm.
if it's something like that, but for like Black Panther, that'd be kind of cool. And like I know they're coming out with like a Wolverine game that they announced, and they're
Yeah.
doing other stuff. So
Oh,
I'm about like superhero
we're
games, but it just
just
something
getting
like but like
started. You're gonna get a lot
what
of
yeah,
them.
but this sounds like I don't know. I don't. It sounds not the
The
best.
plot is just so scummy.
Yeah.
Feels really
Oh.
feels dirty.
Yeah, how do you how what are your thoughts on this, Jay? Curious.
Hmm.
I mean, I would love to see a Black Panther game. You know,
Yeah,
like in the same setting, like you said, like how Spider Man was, like
yeah. If
in that same aspect. Like I would definitely play something like that if they
it would
were
be
to do it.
amazing. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it'd be incredible if they did it kind of like that. Like it just depends on how you do it. And I think if
Yeah.
this rumor is true, then this is not the way to do a Black Panther game, especially like the timing. Like it's just not like don't.
Hmm.
And again, I don't understand why you would want to create your own Black Panther. Like why not just like I feel like there are games like nowadays where they try to make you like or they want to have like character creation where it isn't really necessary. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
It's really not. Not
Like
not 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 in this case. Yeah.
you can just play a game and have a character, be a character established like T'Challa. You don't need to create your own. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? In certain instances, it makes sense to have character creation, but for this, I do not feel like it's necessary at all.
Right.
And then Jake in the chat says, honestly, the bones of an Arkham game, you can spin them enough for a bunch of street level heroes. I mean, that's kind of true. Yeah,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
you could do like a Daredevil game like that. You could do like a shit. I love a Moon Knight game like that, man. Like that'd be awesome. Uh, yeah. I mean, there's yeah a lot of stuff you could do with that. Um, so yeah, I would love to see more superhero games in general that are kind of like that style, like in the Spider-Man and the kind of vein, but it just depends on how they do them, right? So yeah, we'll have
Yeah.
to we'll have to we'll have to see.
Hmm.
The last thing I have here, I know Josh is gonna be very upset about this, but
Oh,
Oh.
heartbroken,
just
heartbroken.
absolutely heartbroken. Yeah. So the Lord of the Rings Gollum game has been delayed. Oh man, so
Oh
sad, dude.
no, game of
Oh
the year.
I
no.
know.
Uh,
Yeah, game of the year. It was supposed to come out September 1st, but they put out a statement on Twitter saying, first of all, we would like to thank you all for your patience and support so far. Over the last years, our team has been working hard to bring you a remarkable story and a breathtaking world filled with magic and wonder. We are dedicated to meeting our community's expectations and uncovering the untold story of Gollum in a way that honors the vision of, of J.R.R. Tolkien. That being said, in order to deliver the best possible experience, we have decided to push the release of Lord of the Rings Gollum by a few months. We'll update you with an exact timing in the near future. We are grateful for our passionate community, and we cannot wait to share this unique adventure with you soon. So like honestly, if you guys have been watching this show, you know that Josh and I have been kind of pretty critical of this game, like from like several different aspects. Like first of
From
all,
moment one to like the moment this was announced, we
first
were
of
like,
all,
who wants that?
I don't like so to be clear, Josh and I are pretty like we're pretty big Lord of the Rings fans, right? Like we like Lord of the Rings.
Mhm.
Jay, I don't know how you feel about Lord of the Rings, but Josh and I like Lord of the Rings. And we don't so I don't feel like we even need a Gollum game. Like, why do we need a game focusing on Gollum that's like a stealth game that, like, to be quite honest with you, the voice acting sounds not the shit on the voice actor dude who's doing the voice of Gollum, but I don't feel like it sounds good.
Mm-mm.
Uh
It doesn't. It
and
sounds like shit.
also the art direction or the graphical visuals of it are not like it just doesn't look like a game that would be coming out nowadays. Like I know last time we watched the trailer for this game, I was reading off some of the comments and they were pretty brutal as well. So I know we're not the only ones kind of ragging on this game because if I recall correctly, there was people in the comments calling this a PS2, PS1 era game. And you know, if you're saying that in 2022, man, like and here's the difference. Like there are some games that purposely make their game look older, and that's fine because that's what they want to do, right? That's their goal, that's what they're trying to accomplish. They're trying to have the feel and look of an older game. But this just does not this doesn't yeah, this looks like a game that would have came out like over 10 years ago, you know what I mean? This looks like a PS3 era game if you ask me. So I don't like I don't really like shitting on things to shit on them, but I'm just you gotta tell it like it is, man. This game
Yeah, you
doesn't
got to
look
be
good to me,
critical.
man. Yeah,
Yeah.
this game just does not look good to me, man. So
No.
I don't know. I honestly
It,
sometimes wonder how this got greenlit, to be honest with you.
yeah, I'm the same. I'm like, who thought look, I don't even like Gollum in the movies, to be honest. Other than like the performance is great, but the character, yeah, I don't really like because you're not supposed to. I don't think they're like a little. They're just gross, and and I don't understand why anybody was like, you know, who would make a great protagonist? Fucking Gollum. The entire world of Lord of the Rings, the entire world. I would have taken an Elrond game. Why Gollum? I don't think Gollum's a cool character to play as because he sneaks around and has gigantic eyeballs and weirdly shaped. Like he's just a weird character to play as, man. He's not who I want to
He's
play.
what you don't want to play as a conniving little piece of shit, Josh? Come on,
No,
dude. What the
no, I
hell, bro?
don't. I have no interest as playing as Gollum. I have no interest in this game. I don't know how they proved this. They obviously got feedback on that last trailer that came out, and by a few months, bro, you need a few years to make this look good.
Damn!
I'm sorry,
man.
it just does not look good. It doesn't, and I'm gonna stop shitting on it because I'm sure there are people that worked really hard on it, and I'm sure you guys did. And it's nothing against you guys, but your game looks like shit, and I'm gonna tell you it looks like shit because it looks like shit. All right, call a turd a turd. It's a turd.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, it's kind of crazy how some of this stuff ends up happening, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I don't know. Jay, have you watched this?
I
Apparently,
have
you haven't seen Lord of the Rings, right?
I
Say
haven't,
what?
and I got scolded. I got scolded on a few nights ago when I was streaming.
Dang.
They were
I
like,
mean,
"You never seen Lord of the Rings?" I'm like, "No."
I know a few people who haven't, and like here, it's one of like the
I'll
original
rewatch
trilogy of
those
Lord of the
anytime.
Rings is one of the great, like they're one of the greatest trilogies ever, like one of some of the greatest movies ever. But to be fair, they're long ass movies, so I understand if you've
Yeah.
never seen them because they are long as fuck. And I will say this too: if you're gonna watch them, I 150,000% the extended editions, and they're even longer. So
Mm,
Yeah.
I get not having seen them, but if you ever do watch them,
mm.
extended editions is the way to go. Like they're great, and honestly, they're fantastic movies. Like they're I think they're timeless. You know.
Yeah.
They've only been out for like 20 years or so, but yeah, I think they're incredible, and
I
everybody
love
should
them.
watch them, especially if you're like a fantasy person. Like if you like fantasy stuff, definitely recommend them. But again, I understand people not having seen them. They're long movies, they
Yeah.
really are.
I enjoy
I think
them.
So
I,
I
I think
get
I
it.
agreed to watch them, but it's just like, you know,
Yeah.
I don't know how I'm gonna feel after watching it.
I
Because
mean,
it was
I
like
would
it
say,
was the thing
well, go
is
ahead.
like when I first caught one of the movie, I was like looking at the trailers and stuff, like the very first one, like
Mhm.
it didn't pique my interest.
Okay.
So I just kind of like was like, nah, this is something I'm probably just gonna not watch at all. But the same
Yeah.
thing, like crazy enough, the same thing happened with like how Star Wars was. Like I saw like how the Star Wars movies were, and I'm like, I don't know if I'm into that kind of stuff. So,
I
but
got you.
I'm open to giving things a
Yeah.
chance. So
There's like, yeah, Lord of the Rings is the fantasy genre. Like the books have been around forever, and the world has been around forever, and the movies, man, like they're like the predecessor of like so much stuff that fantasy movies and shows try to do nowadays. Like even before Game of Thrones and all that other stuff. Like
yeah,
they're the OG, man. So like if you're a fantasy person, if you like any of that swords and magic and all that kind of stuff, definitely you have to watch Lord of the Rings at some point.
yeah,
Hmm.
But anyway, definitely. All right, moving on from that. That is all the game of news that we have for today. So if we're good, we can move on to the TV news because
We
we
are
got
good.
quite
Let's
a bit of
move
stuff
right
there.
along.
All right, so let's talk about how Netflix is taking a big old hit because we have here that some info that Netflix has lost almost 1 million subs over the last quarter.
yeah. I read about this.
Uh,
Crazy.
so their subscriber count, their bleeding has accelerated over the spring. After losing almost 200,000 subscribers between January and March, its quarter two earnings reveal that it dropped again between April and June, this time by a whopping 1 million subs. They reported 220.67 million subscribers at the end of June, down from 221.64 million the previous quarter, which itself was down another 100 or 221.84 million at the end of last year. CFO Spence Newman had previously speculated they lose 2 million. Uh, the revenue was up 9% year over year. Last quarter, they blamed their slow subscriber gain on the global economy, the war in Ukraine, and account sharing. Which I mean, come on.
Yeah.
But anyway, the
CFO.
latter of which, yeah, has been promising an aggressive crackdown for some time. Yeah, they're like really like trying to crack down on account sharing, huh? They really are like fervently against that, right?
Yeah.
Like they've been like trying to do stuff, and I feel like they're continuing to do stuff. Like I remember, I think I just saw something like not long ago where they're like still just. I feel like Netflix is just making like bad decision after bad decision here.
Yeah.
Like
And really, to me, they haven't really put out a lot of good quality stuff lately. Like,
I agree with that. I honestly have not really been feeling a lot of the stuff they've been doing lately.
mm-hmm.
Mm.
Like the things I like are rare. They take years to make. I enjoyed the new season of Stranger Things. Daniel, I know you weren't as big on it.
Yeah, so Stranger Things for me, if you guys didn't hear know my thoughts on it, I liked it enough, but I didn't love it like the rest of the world did,
Mm.
but
personally.
but what I was gonna say is like projects like that take time to make, and so like Cobra Kai, right? Like that's the next big thing for me for Netflix. But most of the other stuff that they've
Yeah.
done to me just hasn't been like. I'm not gonna shit on the Gray Man, but like I liked it, but it wasn't like I need to subscribe and see that. It's not that kind of content. I need
Yeah.
something like to me. Stranger Things, Cobra Kai. It used to be Umbrella Academy. I don't really care about Umbrella Academy anymore. Like that, all that content quality has kind of dropped a smidge for me. The next big thing I'm looking forward to is Cobra Kai. The next season. So I don't know. For me, it just feels not very good lately. I was sitting there thinking the other day, I was like, should I cancel that Netflix? Like, there's really not a lot on there that I want to watch, and they charge a lot, and
Yeah,
I could
that's
just
the other thing too.
restart it when I want to do
They've been
Cobra
going
Kai.
up like
Yeah.
it's what, like $20 an hour? How much is it now? Like it's quite a bit
I
now,
don't
right?
even know. It's pretty
I
expensive.
I remember paying as low as only $7, and I saw that shit go up to like almost 20. I said I had to immediately get
Yeah,
off
you're
of
like,
this
nah,
because
dude, like, I can't do that
Like,
no
why
that's
more.
would
it.
I
Yeah.
do that? I can do Paramount Plus for $5. All right, $5. Like, yeah, and there's plenty of stuff on there worth watching. There's TV shows on there worth watching.
Yep.
Like, I can hook in Hulu onto my Disney, and it's not nearly as much as Netflix. Netflix, you're letting me down hard.
Yeah. They just have not been making the best decisions
No,
lately.
no.
And you
They're-
know, on top of
Even some of their
them trying to
docs
crack
suck now.
down, yeah, on top of them trying to like crack down on account sharing, I also read that they were going to be adding a extra home fee that'll block usage in other homes if you don't pay. So that's it's a big yikes, man. They're just like continuing to just like do, you know, all this shit that is like, what are you guys doing?
They're making
And
some
then
bad decisions.
and then you know what? The funny thing about this is they're gonna blame outside, you know, influences on this too, right? On decisions that they're making, which is hilarious.
Mm-mm.
But yeah, it's yep. I mean, we're watching kind of their downfall happen in real time right now. It's yeah, and that's the whole thing too, right? It's like for Netflix, like everything drops all at once. So once you watch it, that's kind of it. Like you don't like you can get rid of Netflix. Like you watch it all like in a day or two or you know a weekend or whatever, how long it takes you to binge something. Like for Stranger Things, right? Everybody talks about it and then it's like gone. And then until
Yeah.
the next thing comes and then it's gone. So yeah, I personally am not a fan of the binge model. I prefer the week to week kind of deal more for you know that reason as well. But yeah, they've just been not making the best decisions. But yeah. Anyway.
It's like one of those things we've seen it happen countless times where it's like, here's this thing, it's grown up so big that all the people that
Yeah.
are gigantic rich assholes are all sitting in the room making the decisions now, and they're so high on their own supply that they start making really stupid decisions really quickly, and it just snowballs until the whole empire comes crumbling down. We've seen it happen so many times. We saw it happen to
Way too many
Activision
times.
Blizzard. We've seen it happen to so many other companies. Like,
Yep.
quit getting high on your own supply. Go watch Scarface. Get out of here.
Go watch Scarface. Yeah, man, but we know what happens to Scarface, Josh. She's taking
Exactly. That's why they need to watch it.
Take another Quaalude. She'll let me again in the morning.
Yeah. Fly, pelican, fly.
Anyway,
The tongue. Yeah.
we can move on from Netflix's terrible decision making.
We're just gonna quote Scarface for the next 20 minutes.
So the Xbox game Grounded, the game that I talked about at the beginning of the show, what we've been up to the past week that I played, is coming up with an animated series coming from Star Wars: The Clone Wars' Brent Friedman. The video game, which is inspired by A Bug's Life and Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, is being adapted by Star Wars Clone Wars writer Brent Friedman. It's the latest video game to get the TV format, following the likes of Netflix's Arcane and Paramount Plus's Halo. So the
Well,
game,
does this game even have a huge fan base already for this?
I don't
I
know
don't
if it
feel
has
like
a
they do.
huge fan base.
The game's not even out fully yet. Yeah, not even out
The
fully
game
yet.
isn't even out of early access, but like still, it's been out long enough for them to take notice of it, I suppose, right? Because
Yeah.
they're turning it into an animated show. But yeah, the game has been out on early access since July of 2020 and has over 10 million players, and it will be like fully like the 1.0, I guess, will be released in September.
Yeah.
Like the full release of the game. Obsidian Entertainment and Xbox are adapting the game into a series in association with Waterproof Studios, SC Productions, Kinetic Media, and Bardo Entertainment. So Friedman also wrote on Star Trek Enterprise, and is also adapting Earthworm Jim into a series.
Ooh.
And the story will be crafted with Brian Goodrich, who worked on the Halo video game, is attached to direct. So that is quite interesting because I feel like it could work as a TV show, but yeah, it's kind of crazy, right? I didn't even like think of that. Like the game isn't even fully out yet, but they're already like, yo, we're gonna turn into a fucking TV show,
They
an
try to
animated
grab
one.
everything they can nowadays. They gotta spread their
Yeah.
hands out to everywhere, right? To get like, we need to make that into a television series. We need to make that into a movie series. We need to make that television series into a video game series. We need to take that movie series, turn it into a video game series, into a television series. You know what I mean? Like they just grab everything they can, because gaming. This is gonna sound kind of weird. Gaming is like one of the few spaces where like people are inventive and come up with their own stories, right? A lot of movies and television just take things and adapt them, or remake things constantly nowadays. It's starting to get like that somewhat in the video games. Like we've had The Last of Us remade like fucking 3 times already. So we're like, you know what I mean? Like, but like we're gonna get that. It seems like it's getting that way, but like I feel like the gaming space is one of the few places that has like original stories. That's what I'm going for. Original stories. So they want to grab those original stories and make them into other things. I feel like, and that's probably why they're trying really hard to grab this and make it into an animated series, and then probably one day a movie series, because that is the path of all things now.
I think personally,
Franchises.
for this, I think personally for this, for me, like this is just going to be like a modern version of of A Bug's Life or Honey I Shrunk the Kids, and that's something
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
not really. I don't think that's going to be something that I personally will be interested in watching. But I'm pretty sure it's probably going to cater more to children more than anything.
Yeah. Especially since
So
it's gonna be animated, so yeah, I could definitely
yeah,
see it going that way. Yeah.
so like I said, it's not something I would think I would watch, but maybe they'll
Mhm.
do good for for the for the child demographic.
Yeah,
And that's the other
and
thing.
like
This isn't even
I
that
mean, I think it
original.
has promise. Yeah.
It's Bug's Life
yeah,
and Honey I Shrunk the
it's
Kids.
it's an
Influencers.
idea that has already it's a thing that's
Been
already
done.
been done before. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but I always say like even though that's the case, I kind of hope this still does good because we all want there to be more video
Good stuff.
game successful, but also good video game
Good.
adaptations, right?
Right. Yeah.
Because for
What
the
are you talking
most
about?
part, we haven't.
Halo should have won all the Emmys and all the TV series,
Oh,
bro.
dude, let's not talk about that. We're not gonna talk about Master Cheeks, all right? Don't bring that up. But there have been kind of some decent ones. Like I don't know how you guys feel about Tomb Raider, but I thought the 2016 movie was pretty decent. I liked it well enough. I don't know if you've seen it,
I
Jay, or
never
not,
saw it.
but
I think I
that
saw the
was pretty
first
good.
one.
Uh, talking about the Angelina Jolie one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that one was like I don't even remember that one. I was talking about one of the more recent one, but
Unreasonable. Okay, I haven't
yeah, the
seen
one
those.
that one there was only one. I think they're wanting to do another one, but it's pretty good. I mean, I liked it well enough. And then what else? The first Sonic movie I thought was pretty good.
Mhm.
I enjoyed it. I haven't seen the second one yet, but I hear it was also pretty good.
It's fucking amazing.
And I know Jay is a big Sonic guy, so yeah,
It
so
is.
if
This
hearing that
this is
you
not the
liked it, I gotta check it out, man.
this is not the fanboy me like talking about this, but like that movie was like fucking amazing.
It was like legit good. Okay, I got you. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I watched the first one and I enjoyed it. I thought it was good, man. I gotta check out the second one. I'm trying to think of other like video game stuff that have been kind of. Oh, Detective Pikachu, I liked. That was
Yeah,
good.
that was good. Yeah, that was
I
pretty good
enjoyed
too.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, there are some stuff here and there that is not as bad as other stuff. Like there's terrible video game adaptations like Prince of Persia and like Assassin's Creed that have been just awful.
Assassin's Creed's terrible.
And like and there are other ones that I think are like kind of not like super awful, but also aren't great either. Like I know Josh will agree with this one. Like Warcraft, it was okay.
It was
Wasn't
okay. It's an okay
it's
movie.
so we need more good ones though. That's kind of what I'm saying.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
They
yeah.
picked the
Anyway,
worst storyline for the Warcraft movie. I'll argue
mm.
that till the day I die.
I mean, I don't know why they wouldn't start with like Arthas, but anyway,
Yeah, exactly.
that's a whole other topic for another day.
We'll save
Uh,
it for Cantina. How they fucked up the Warcraft movie. That episode. You know what I mean?
oh boy. All right. Anyway, we can move on.
Oh,
From
I'm
that,
surprised I'm surprised you didn't talk about because I just found out today that God of War and Gran Turismo was having their own TV show too. Like they're making their own
yeah,
TV show for those.
we've talked about that in the past. Because
Okay.
they kind of have
Mhm.
been like, both of those are. I mean, the Gran Turismo one is kind of like, I
Yeah,
don't
Jay, what are your
like.
thoughts on it? We've talked about it, but what are you thinking here?
Oh,
What are you?
Yeah.
Are you
yeah,
excited?
I just found this all out today. Like early this
Okay.
morning, I was just on Twitter and I just saw it pop up, and I was like, really?
Mm-hmm.
I do like God of War. I think them making a TV show, I think it might do some good.
Yeah.
I don't know how well they're gonna do, like how well it's gonna be, but
I think it'll depend on who they cast as like Kratos and
yeah,
like
yeah,
how they like, and also where are they gonna start with God of War? They're gonna start like with the newer game, or are they gonna go back
right,
to like Greece and the Greek pantheon? Are they gonna like what are they gonna do with it? You know what I mean? So
right, right.
I'm that is what's gonna be interesting, but that could be good depending on how they do it. The Gran Turismo one though, personally, I don't know. Like, I don't even know what you do with that,
Yes,
man.
I don't know what to expect from that shit.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's weird. The same with like uh Twisted Metal, right? Like, what are they gonna do with that? That's getting made into
Yeah, Twisted Metal
a
is also
Really,
getting made
Twisted
into,
Metal?
yeah,
yeah,
Oh,
Twisted Metal is gonna be a TV series, yeah.
yeah. It's gonna
oh
have
shit.
Anthony
So
Okay.
Mackie in it.
really quickly, since we're already on this topic, we can talk about some of the upcoming video game adaptations that are gonna be
Yeah, let's talk
coming
about it.
out.
Yeah.
So obviously we talked about God of War, Gran Turismo. So they're coming out with a Super Mario Brothers movie, right? The
Or
one
even,
where Chris Pratt is gonna be playing Mario.
mm,
I know we're
mm.
all excited about
Jay,
that.
Jay, do you know who's gonna play
Uh,
Sweet Tooth in Twisted Metal?
Nah, who?
Samoa Joe.
Okay, you're lying.
No, I'm not. It's
Okay, gotta be
actual
troll.
facts. Actual facts, bro. I wouldn't lie to you
There's
on
no
something like
way.
yes.
There's no way this guy's gonna play this dude.
Look him up.
I'm just picturing him now, and then like looking at Samoa Joe, like I can't see him play as the
I
guy. I
actually
can't.
forgot about it until I googled just a minute, just right now, and I was like, "Oh, that's right. Samoa Joe's supposed to be Sweet
Oh
Tooth."
my gosh. Oh no. That movie's gonna be doomed to fail. I can see it already, man. Oh,
Hey, DT, what else is on that list? I'm sorry, I just had to tell
so
Jay
no,
that.
you're good. You're good. So we have uh obviously the Mario movie that I brought up. They're
Mhm.
working on a Minecraft movie, which to be announced when that's coming out. Tomb Raider 2, which is the sequel to the 2016 one with Alicia Vikander. They're working on Detective Pikachu 2. Also, who knows when that's coming out? Borderland. We know about the Borderlands movie because they've we've heard Randy, what's his face, talk about that movie a few times already. Uh,
Yeah,
they're working on, I think, a BioShock TV series, maybe. I think.
ooh,
that would actually be
Yakuza.
really cool.
Yakuza's getting a movie or a show.
If you like
We know that
Yakuza, check out Tokyo Vice.
Netflix is working on Mega Man, right? Uh,
Yeah, we talked about
yeah,
that.
Netflix is working on. I think I forget if it's live action or animated, but they're
I don't
working
know
on a
if we
Mega Man
know.
something.
I
I
think
hope it's
we
not live action.
didn't I
I
make
mean,
I made a bet on $20 eating it live on stream or something about if they get the something. I don't remember what the bet was. Somebody go back and watch.
you know, I don't remember what it was, but that sounds familiar.
It had something to do with that Mega Man show.
Oh no.
Beyond Good and Evil, I forget who's working on that. Metal Gear Solid, I think, is also a TV series that they're going to be doing. Just Cause, Gears of War, Call of Duty, Half-Life, Portal, Firewatch, The Division, Five Nights at Freddy's, Dragon's Lair. These are all like movies that they're wanting to do.
There's a lot.
And then TV shows. Obviously, we know about the Cuphead show that's already out. The Cyberpunk anime on Netflix coming out. We know HBO is doing The Last of Us coming out next year. They're going to be doing a spin-off for Knuckles with Idris Elba for the new.
I haven't watched those Sonic movies. I need to watch those still.
Yeah, like I said, I enjoyed the first one. I haven't seen the second one yet. I got to check it out, but yeah, I haven't seen it yet. Tomb Raider anime. I remember hearing about that one. Pokemon live action series. I don't know when that's coming out, but that's in the works. The Witcher season 3, The Witcher Blood Origin, Arcane season 2. They're doing an Assassin's Creed show. I remember hearing about that. They recently came out with a new Netflix Resident Evil show, right? I haven't seen it yet,
and
but I
people
know
didn't
they
like
came out
it,
with one.
from what I understand.
Yeah, I've heard about that. They're doing a Castlevania spin-off series, like the anime one. Fallout, we know Amazon is doing that.
That's currently filming. I've seen some set photos.
Yep. Mass Effect is also in the works.
Oh God, don't fuck that
I
up.
believe also at Amazon. There's going to be a Captain Laserhawk, a Blood Dragon remix. Devil May Cry, Sonic Prime. That's interesting.
Yeah, it's something.
Splinter Cell and Brothers in Arms. So those are a lot of the upcoming
Brothers in Arms is a band of brothers. So they took Band of Brothers, made a game called Brothers in Arms, and now they're making the game into a show.
There you go, man.
Okay.
So those are a lot of the upcoming
Put Tom Hanks in it.
adaptations. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah, so there's a lot of stuff coming in the next several years.
Yep. Yeah, that's
but
a
we
lot.
can move on. Yeah, we can move on from that. So the Wheel of Time gets its early season 3 renewal. I haven't seen the show yet, but I know Josh has, and he has some thoughts on it. So, if you want to take it away, Josh.
Well, they obviously have faith in the series because we haven't even seen season 2 yet.
That's what I was gonna say. I didn't even know there was a season 2 out yet.
It's not. There's not. But I guess they have to get started on it because if they don't, everybody's gonna get too old because it's like fucking 14 books, right? That they got to put in a show.
It's a lot of material. Yeah.
So I read all of the Wheel of Time, and I think I gave my thoughts on the show previously, but my thoughts were they made some changes I didn't like, but I eventually just kind of accepted it and moved on. I hope they upped the budget. Some of the CG looked a little not the best in the first season. I still think the show is worth a watch if you're into fantasy and stuff and into this world. Some of the changes they made are good. Just the changes that they made that I didn't like, I really didn't like. And I talked about that previously. And I'm going to try to stay spoiler-free ish. But the whole point of the Wheel of Time is like, it's just another turning of the wheel. So I just kind of see it as like, it's just a different telling of that story. It's another turning of the wheel. So I think DT, you should check it. Katie, I know you were asking about checking it out. You should check it out.
Okay.
I think anybody that's interested in it should really check it out, especially if you like fantasy stuff and that kind of thing. Yeah. Interesting that they've renewed it already. I really hope they up the budget. If they up the budget, the show could actually be fantastic. Like,
cool.
I'm not saying give them that Lord of the Rings budget because that shit's crazy.
I mean,
but
I don't
at least
think
give them a little bit.
To be fair, though, there's a lot of things that should not get the Lord of the Rings budget. That is an expensive ass show. If you guys know the budget for the Lord of the Rings show, whoo, man. Oh my goodness.
It's not cheap. It's very expensive.
No, that is an expensive ass show. Yeah, it is. It's gonna be like literally. I think it's the most expensive TV show ever made. Like, not even joking. Like, I think it is. Like the costs, I think, are gonna exceed like over $1 billion. I think
that's so insane to me.
From what I remember, yeah.
Somebody at Amazon. Well, I don't see how that could. I don't see how you can make that back. Can you really make that back, or is it just like this is a passion project and we want more?
We'll see.
Like,
we shall see.
That's like if you put me in charge of something and I was like, "Give them all the money because I love this thing. Take it." You know what I mean?
That's Josh with the Mass Effect. Like, to give him all the money.
All the money. It's so true.
Yeah, it's yeah, we'll see, man. I don't know. I'm hopeful for the Lord of the Rings show. I have not seen the Wheel of Time, but I'll check it out at some point. Because yeah, I've never unlike Josh, I've never read any of the books. I don't know much about it, so I'm just gonna go into it with the thought and the mind of I don't know shit. I'm just gonna go along with this journey and see where they take us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do we got next, DT?
Next up, we have some Godzilla news for all you kaiju fans out there. Kurt Russell and Wyatt Russell, the father and son duo, are going to be the latest additions of Apple and Legendary's upcoming live action series about Godzilla and the Titans. So they're joining a cast of a group of people already, obviously, that are going to be a part of Legendary's growing MonsterVerse franchise. In the show, following the thunderous battle between Godzilla and the Titans that leveled San Francisco, and the shocking new reality that monsters are real, the series will explore one family's journey to uncover its buried secrets and the legacy linking them to the secret organization known as Monarch. We always know about Kurt Russell, and his son Wyatt has. I think the most recent thing I saw him in was Falcon Winter Soldier, but I mean he's been in other stuff too. I'm trying to think of what else he was in that I saw him in. I think he was in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I'm not 100%.
I think he was. I haven't even seen that movie. And I feel like
I don't know if he was, man. He might not have been in that. No, I don't think he was. I'm thinking of somebody else.
Thinking of? I'm thinking of somebody.
I was thinking of somebody else. So he's been in like Black Mirror and you want to know what the other thing I saw him in? Overlord. That's the other thing I saw him in. I saw him in Overlord, which is a fun movie.
I didn't see that. I was planning on watching that at some point.
It's cool. I like it. I enjoyed it.
All right.
Yeah. So that's a little bit of news on the Godzilla show coming up for again Apple and Legendary. That'll be
here's
more backstory into that, I guess.
Here's my thing, right? I love these actors. I love Godzilla. And one of the things we've talked about with all the movies was we don't give a single fuck about the humans in those movies. We just want to see giant monsters fight. Yep. Right? But here I am conflicted because I love Kurt Russell and I like Wyatt Russell, what I've seen him in. So it's like I'm conflicted, right? Because like this is also going to be a TV series, right? Or is this it's a series.
It's a TV series. It's going to be on, like I said, on Apple.
So like, are we going to see the monsters, or is this just going to be a purely human story and they're writing the Godzilla name? It says Godzilla and the Titans.
Godzilla and the Titans. Yeah.
If you bullshit me, I'm kind of gonna be pissed off if I don't get the Godzilla and the Titans part of this movie. I mean, series, not movie. I keep forgetting it's a series. Interesting. I guess we'll just have to watch and see. What do we got next? TT3.
Next we have a little bit of a Star Trek crossover. So I always say this every time, but I am not the biggest Star Trek guy. Like I didn't grow up with it or anything other people did. I've kind of been more recent with it, like the J.J. Abrams movies, and I watched like 2 seasons of Discovery and Strange New Worlds. Obviously, I really like, but they're doing a crossover between the animated show Lower Decks and Strange New Worlds, and not only that, but the crossover will be in both live action and animation. So these characters, I guess, are going to meet in both shows. I'm not sure how that's going to work. I don't know. I have
clue.
I don't know what the canon is with that or how that works or anything, but I mean, that's kind of neat to see that you have an animated show and a live action show that are going to be crossing over like that. You know what I mean? Like, it'll be cool to see the live action people in animation and then the animation characters in live action. You know, I don't know. It'll be very neat to see. But yeah, I'm not a big Star Trek guy, but I have enjoyed Strange New World, so I'll check this out.
There's a spoiler in this article for the
All right. Well, I
finale.
won't read it then.
That's what I was
read
gonna tell you.
but
It just had some
it'll,
casting in there. I was like, yeah, don't look at this.
Yeah, and you're good. You're good. I you know, I don't think
That's
we're
kind
gonna
of
spend
all
too much
we
time.
need to know.
Yeah. I don't think Jay's a big Star Trek guy either, to be honest. So it's all good.
Hey, it's cool.
Yeah, no, I like I said, I'm not either, man.
I'm not really. I didn't get into it till I was a grown ass man, and I think I got sick one time, and I was just laying in bed, and I was like, why could I just throw on that I don't give a fuck about and sleep? Because I'm weird and I have to have TV on usually. So I threw on The Next Generation, and then I got into it that way and just ended up watching it. So,
Yeah.
that's kind of how I got into it.
Alrighty. The next thing we have here is we have an official, confirmed announcements, Star Wars news. So it had been rumored for a long time now that Amanda Stenberg is going to be in Star Wars: The Acolyte, and they officially confirmed it this past Friday at Comic-Con, San Diego Comic-Con. On her Instagram and on the Star Wars Twitter, there's a picture of her rocking a cool Darth Maul shirt, standing next to R2D2, and she is going to be like the main character of that series. And like I said, we previously reported this on the podcast. We talked about it already. For those of you who don't know what the Acolyte is, it's going to be a Star Wars series set like at least, I want to say at least, well, I don't know when, but it's in the High Republic era, which is like at least 200 years before the Phantom Menace. So it'll be before the prequels. So before anything that we've ever seen in any of the movies. So it'll be before that.
So the prequel before the prequel.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it is. So it's going to focus on the rise of power for the Sith and how they came, how they got into the position that they were. I'm actually very excited for this show because, again, the premise is of the showrunner said that. So she basically said, my question when watching The Phantom Menace was like, how did things get to this point? How did we get to a point where a Sith Lord can infiltrate the Senate and none of the Jedi pick up on it? Like, what went wrong? What are the scenarios that led to this moment? So that's kind of like the premise of the show, right?
That was something I was kind of questioning too when I
Yeah.
was watching the movies. Like how did everything like kind of started? So
Yeah,
I'll probably give this a watch.
Like, how did Palpatine manage to infiltrate the Jedi and the Senate and blind them from noticing him, right? So that seems like we're going to be getting in the show, and I am very, as the big Star Wars fan that I am very excited for this show. I cannot wait for this fucking show. So
I'm super interested in it, and I can't wait.
And I like her as an actress too. She's if you guys don't recall her right away, if you've seen the Hunger Games, she was Rue in that. And if you have seen or if you heard of this other movie called The Hate You Give, she was also in that, she was also pretty good in that. But yeah, I'm excited for the show, man. Disney Plus coming out. I want to say next year or the year after that. I don't know. Soonish, within the next couple of years. But anyway, yeah, I'm hyped for that. Could be, Katie. We could potentially see that. I don't know. The thing is, like, it's set in the High Republic, but it's going to be in the latter stages of the High Republic, so we'll have to see just how close to Phantom Menace it is. But anyway, we have a couple of trailers here to watch. I actually reacted to some of these trailers on my channel, on my YouTube channel, but I saved these two next ones we're about to watch right now specifically for the podcast because I wanted to watch them here with you guys.
Yeah.
So we're going to watch House of the Dragon, and we are also going to watch the what is it? The Lord of the Rings and the Rings of Power Comic-Con trailer. So
Daniel, you count us down on these two because I want to make sure we're synced up for the folks at home.
So we're gonna watch both of these. First, we're gonna watch the House of the Dragon, and then we'll watch Lord of the Rings. So if you guys are ready, if you got your videos open, we're gonna go ahead and watch House of the Dragon first. In 3, 2, 1, play.
War is afoot.
So of course they have a trailer before the trailer bullshit that I hate.
I hate that shit, dude.
They do it anyway.
Yeah.
The dream
An HBO original
was
series.
clearer than a memory. And I heard the sound of thundering hooves, splintering shields and ringing swords. And I placed my heir upon the Iron Throne. And all the dragons roared as one.
I consider the matter urgent. That of your succession.
Well, who else would have a claim?
The firstborn child.
Rhaenyra. No queen has ever sat the Iron Throne.
The king has an heir, Daemon Targaryen.
I will not be made to choose between my brother and my daughter.
Rhaenyra's succession will be challenged. Knives will come out.
You are the king. Your duty is to take a new wife.
I have decided to name a new heir. I'm your heir. War is afoot.
Do you think the realm will ever accept me as their queen?
A woman would not inherit the Iron
A
Throne,
women.
because that is
A women.
A women as the
Order.
ruler of the land. Oh no.
Your family has dragons.
August 21st. Is that what it said? That's you know,
There are power
soonish.
men should never
Next
have
month.
trifled with.
Less than a month.
If Rhaenyra comes into power, she can cut off any challenge to her succession.
I like Olivia Cook.
I
I'm excited to see her in this. I'm excited to see Matt Smith in this.
my way.
Our hearts remain
And I also don't know shit about
Oh,
this
I'll tell
time
you.
era and Game of Thrones like lore or whatever.
Yeah.
So this is all kind of new to me. I don't know any of these characters or who they are or anything like that. So
I just think the armor looks fucking dope. They keep showing the dude in
Armor
the
looks
dragon
cool.
armor. I'm like, that looks so fucking cool.
the dragons, you know, the CG for the dragons looks pretty good. So that being said, I will be checking this show out, but I was not the biggest fan of the way Game of Thrones ended. I thought it ended, for me, horrifically. Like
Yes, it
was not a
terrible.
fan.
It's
I was
terrible.
not a fan of the. To be honest, I was not a fan of the last few seasons of that show. I think like the last two were kind of not the best. But this show has different showrunners. It's in a different era of this universe. And I do kind of like the world of Game of Thrones. You know, it's not like, you know, I didn't or anything, but yeah, so I'm gonna give this one a shot because it's gonna be different from Game of Thrones. But I was not a big fan. Like, to be honest, after Game of Thrones ended, I wanted nothing to do with Game of
I
Thrones.
think that's the
'cause
thing. Like, we just
I
stopped
was, like,
talking about it, like,
so-
completely.
Yeah, it's one of those weird things that, like, I mean, people out there may not remember, but Game of Thrones was a thing that, like, everybody talked about, man. Like, it was a thing that people
Oh,
talked
yeah.
about for years, man.
Mhm.
Like, I didn't even watch it until, like, before it almost ended. Like, I remember people hearing about it, you know, talking about it, and, like, it was like the show that, like, everybody, even if you weren't like a nerdy or a geeky, you know, like, person, like, even those people who just like watch TV, like, watched it, right? Like, it was just one of those things that everybody watched. And I didn't watch it until, like, right before the last two seasons, I think. Like, live. But, like, it's one of those things where, like, everybody talked about it, and then it ended, and, like, nobody talked about it because the ending was just not
Mhm.
the best. And I know there's people out there who did enjoy the ending and all that, and you know, of course. But I was not a fan of it. and yeah, it just I just did not feel the need to revisit this world. But now that we're kind of a few years separated from the end of that, and this is going to be completely different from that, I'm on board. I'm gonna check it out.
Yeah.
We'll see how it goes, right? I like some of the actors and actresses, and you know, the CG looks good, and yeah, I mean, it's, you know, it's gonna be different. So
We're
yeah,
getting dragons early, so we're gonna have them probably throughout the entire series, I'd imagine.
yeah,
So that's pretty dope. I'm kind of the same as you. Like I didn't like how the Game of Thrones ended. I'm not even really okay. That's gonna sound weird. I'm not excited for this. You know, I think it looks cool, and I'm gonna check it out. Obviously, it's up my alley. It's that kind of thing, but it's
yeah.
like I am very, because of how Thrones ended. I'm very optimistic. Like, I mean, very not optimistic. The opposite of optimistic. I'm like very
Wary.
wary. Yeah, I'm very wary
Yeah.
of it. Even though it's like different showrunners and I know all that, in my brain it can't help but be like, it's got Game of Thrones on it. Be careful. Don't let your heart love again. You know, like it's that type of thing.
So Storm says in the chat that showrunner said 17 dragons. It's a lot of dragons, man.
That's a lot of dragons. It makes sense too, because
Nice.
I think I know the time period a little bit. It's a lot of
So
dragons.
Jay, did you ever watch Game of Thrones or not? Or was that something you didn't really care about?
Yeah, this wasn't something I found interesting.
I feel you.
A
'Cause
lot of
again,
people was talking a lot about the show, though. Like they said,
yeah,
it's really good, and you know, it
that was
just wasn't up my alley.
that was one of the things that for me too, like for the longest time, everybody talked about it. I'm like, you know, like I just, you know, I I'm usually not one of those people that like will watch something just because everybody's talking about it.
Yeah,
Sometimes I am, but not really. And for me, it was one of those cases of like, for this, I was like, well, you know, I don't, you know, it's not really my, like I wasn't really that into it. But then, you know, at some point before it ended, I did watch it and I caught up, and you know, and I just, you know,
And
wasn't
you
a
got to
fan
be
of the way it
disappointed
ended.
with the rest of us.
I did. You know what sucks is I like watched the first 6 seasons, which I thought were pretty good, and then I caught up in time to watch the last two ones, which were terrible in my opinion, live. So I'm like, oh, I caught up to watch this shit show. That's great.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
But anyway,
That happened.
I'm cautiously optimistic about this one. So we shall see you know, how well it does. How many episodes is it, by the way, the House of the Dragon? Do we know?
I don't know. My brain wants to say 8, but I don't know why. Let me see if I can find it. House of the
10.
Dragon. 10.
I think it says
Apparently
10. Yeah,
Storm says 10 in the chat, yeah. Okay, well that's good. Which was kind of how Game of Thrones was 10 too, right? So yeah, that makes
That
sense.
tracks.
That makes
Okay.
a lot of sense. Alrighty, cool. All right, let's move on. We have another fantasy show trailer to watch. Lord of the Rings, The Rings of Power. Also did not react to this one because I wanted to save it live here.
I didn't see this one either. This is the one they did at Comic-Con. I didn't see this one. I saw the one that came
this is
before
the Comic-Con one. So let's go ahead and check it out. 3, 2, 1, play.
We thought the war at last was
That's
ended.
that's a lot of helmets.
That is a lot of buckets.
Our days of peace begin.
We thought our joys would be unending. We thought our light
So
would never
this
dim.
is set in the Second Age, which is way before the movies of Lord of the Rings. So I don't think any of this should be spoilers for those of you who haven't seen the movies.
I don't think so.
Because again, this is Second Age. The movies are Third Age, so it's like way before the movies. Way
That's,
before the Hobbit, way before Lord of the Rings.
Oh, it's a fucking Palantir, though. I know that.
I will say that this is a very visually beautiful show, which it should be for the most expensive TV show ever made, right?
Beyond the darkness, tempting shadow, to bury us all beneath the mountain.
Oh, look at the dwarves.
Dwarves are dope, man.
But many.
the Sauron.
Oh, damn. Discover the legend. That forged the ring.
The evil rising is left unchecked. It will take us all.
Damn.
Ow.
Find the light, and the shadow will not find you.
Oh, those guys look kind of cool.
Together we can survive this. Fight with me.
Each of us must decide who we shall be.
Oh hell no! That's one of my fears.
No trust between Hammer and
In the ocean with a big fucking fish. Fuck that, dude.
Oh,
Eventually
but
one
Josh,
day.
I thought you weren't afeared, man.
Surely break.
I'm definitely afeared of that shit.
I think I would be too.
Yeah, nah. Yeah, swimming in something like being in the water with something like that. No, yeah, I'm good on that too. And I can actually swim, but still, I don't want to be around that.
Yeah, I can swim too, but I ain't getting no dumb bigger than me, man.
So there you go. Lord of the Rings, The Rings of Powers. New series coming to us from Prime Video on September 2nd. So obviously, we'll be checking this out. Oh shit! Look what it is.
Oh man,
that's cool. That's awesome. So obviously, we'll be checking this out as Josh and I will be as Lord of the Rings guys. Jay, did this do anything for you or not really?
A little bit.
A little bit? Cool.
A little bit. Trailer was good. I'm inclined to watch it.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah. So yeah, like I said, it'll be on Amazon Prime Video. For those of you who have that, so you can check it out. I think usually what they do is they drop like 3 episodes one day, and then they drop one like each week after that. That seems to be their strategy. So I'm assuming that's what they're gonna do for this show too. Not 100% confirmed or anything, but I'm just going based off of what they've done in the past.
Their previous behavior kind of leads you to that conclusion.
But
one of the things I was thinking about is that we'll be watching this and Game of Thrones at the same time. A lot of fantasy to watch. Yeah.
There will be a lot of fantasy coming up for sure, man. Which it's
Daniel,
gonna be interesting having those two on.
You should watch Wheel of Time during this series. That way you can get free fantasy shows and we can compare them all to each other.
Oh boy, yeah, that'll be fun.
And then we'll finish it with the Warcraft movie.
Oh lordy. I've seen that already.
Yeah, that's true. You did. We'll watch it again.
Anyway. So that's that. The last thing I want to talk about here for the TV news is that we had some Marvel animation stuff over at the San Diego Comic-Con panel. So let's go over some of the things that they talked about. So the first thing that we have here is we have a official trailer for I Am Groot, which is a set of like 5 little shorts. 5 little animated CG shorts, where Groot is going to be voiced by Vin Diesel, and they also confirmed that Bradley Cooper would be voicing a character, probably Rocket, which makes sense. The series is going to premiere on August 10th, and they're 5 shorts, and everything will be. I don't know if it's all dropping all at once or once I don't know. They're shorts and they're coming, but I don't we'll see. But anyway, we have a trailer. Let's check it out. It's 1 minute and 3 seconds. So 3, 2, 1, play. The hero of a few words.
I am Groot.
The claw.
Yeah,
That's
right.
immediately
It
what I
gi-
thought of.
it gives off those vibes for sure. The clan.
It's a leaf. It's food.
They're like, thank you for giving us.
Imagine you have
nourishment.
nothing to eat and some giant shows up and gives you like just unlimited food.
Yeah.
So there you go. Just to this isn't gonna be anything like mind blowing or anything, but
No.
it'll be just fun little shorts
fun.
to watch. You know, if you're into that kind of stuff. So yeah, a collection of 5 little shorts streaming on August. I guess since they're shorts, they're all gonna drop on the same day. But
Yeah,
yeah,
they
we
most
also have we have a poster as well that they released. You know, it's cool. It's cool looking. Makes sense for the show. The logo is kind of neat.
When I look at it, all I can think of is Grounded.
Yeah,
Yeah, it does. Yeah, I see
that.
it.
I'm
Yep,
like,
I can
that's
definitely see
Grounded.
it.
They need to add Groot into Grounded, 5th playable character.
Yeah. All right. So the next animated show that they talked about was Spider-Man Freshman Year. They also revealed that, they revealed that he's gonna have not only there won't be also new suits for Spider-Man, but Peter's friends, his enemies, and surprising new allies. So this is a pre-Civil War Peter, in the streets protecting people with his own homemade suit. Freshman year is going to have a release window for 2024, and they're currently working on a sophomore year, aka season 2. So we have some of his friends here. If you click on the image there, from left to right, we have we have Amadeus Cho, Lonnie Lincoln, Nico Monroe, Asha, and Harry Osborn. They also revealed the villains that will be in this. If you scroll down to the next image, we have Unicorn, Scorpion, Tarantula, Dr. Otto Octavius, Carmilla Black, Rhino, Speed Demon, Chameleon, and Butane. And some of the suits that he'll be having in this show, we have the classic suit, we have the Oscorp branded suit. Very interesting. The art direction and design for this is very like comic book style esque. Like it's very, very comic style. And they also revealed that Charlie Cox would be returning as Daredevil and one of Peter's allies in this show. We have Daredevil there with the freshman year suit. It looks pretty dope with the black and the little red accents on it.
I like that. Yeah.
That looks dope.
Very nice. Peter will have the help of Doctor Strange and the guidance of Norman Osborn, which leads us to Norman Osborn. They gave him the waves. They gave him the waves from the comics.
Oh my gosh.
Look at Norman Osborn, man. They gave him the comic book waves. That is going to be something. And then below that we have a picture of Doctor Strange. No, this is not canon to the MCU. I don't know. That Norman Osborn does not look like Willem Dafoe. I don't know. I don't know if older white guy Willem Dafoe could pull off some waves like that. You know what I'm saying? Doctor Strange looks cool. Very also comic booky looking, look there. But yeah, that's Spider-Man freshman year. Looks intriguing. We have What If season 2. So they talked about that. They had a trailer which included Hela, Peter Quill, Talo, and old Bucky Barnes as the head of S.H.I.E.L.D., T'Challa, Tony and the Hulkbuster on Sakaar, Valkyrie, Korg, the Grandmaster, and a fight between Conqueror Odin and the Mandarin wearing his 10 rings. Also, at the end of the panel, they revealed that they would be previewing the first episode of season 2 of What If, featuring Captain Carter fighting the Hydra Stomper. Without giving too much away, it was gonna mirror the events of Captain America: The Winter Soldier and Black Widow. Peggy discovers that Steve is still alive and inside the Hydra Stomper, which we saw at the end of What If as a post credits. If you guys watch that, Bucky is the head of Shield, and Natasha's working side by side with Cap. And then they also revealed, I think, that they're working on season 3 of What If too. So they confirmed a season 3 of What If. So yeah. And then the next show they talked about was Marvel Zombies. So obviously, if you saw What If, you know that they had a zombie episode in season 1, and they have some concept art of new characters they'll be introducing for season 2, or I guess of Marvel Zombies, the first season. So we have Yelena Belova, Katie Chen, Kate Bishop, the Red Guardian, Death Dealer, Kamala Khan, Shang-Chi, and also Jimmy Woo. And below that, they revealed some of the...
I was like, who's that with the card? And then I remembered, yeah, it's fucking Jimmy.
That's your boy Jimmy Woo, man.
Duh.
And then below that, they have a picture of the new zombies joining the crew, which includes Hawkeye, Ghost, Captain Marvel, Wanda, Okoye, half of a torso of Captain America.
He can do this all day.
He can do this all day. So yeah, those scary looking zombies, man.
The zombie abomination is terrifying.
Yeah.
Like,
I was gonna say,
that's hideous.
We saw how scary Zombie Wanda was, but I mean, imagine this zombie Captain Marvel. That sounds scary too, man. Because Captain Marvel and Scarlet Witch are two of the most powerful, characters, and to have them as zombies is kind of terrifying.
She doesn't look like a zombie because most of her suit's on there and she's glowing everywhere else, so it's kind of hard.
Yeah. Also, below that, there's a picture of a Skrull biker gang.
Really? I thought it was the next Borderlands. Oh.
And then a gang of and then the picture below that is like a team of Black Widows. Is what that is. So that was Marvel Zombies. Then we have X-Men 97. So they revealed in the panel that it'll be a continuation, obviously, of the 97 series. It would be getting much of the original voice cast, including Chris Potter, Lenore Zahn, Chris Britton, Cal Dude. The music composed by the Newton Brothers will be featuring the theme from the original series. The series will feature villains such as Mr. Sinister, but also leading the group will be Magneto. And then we have some images of obviously the team.
Look at Chad Nito here. Look at him. Look at Chad Nito.
Yeah, look at him with the big giant M on his chest.
Yeah, he's got his BDSM gear on. He's gonna do great leading the X-Men.
I mean, hey man,
that's a good look for him.
That's most of the X-Men's outfits, to be fair. He's Chad Nito going forward, though. That's what I'm gonna call him.
Chad Nito. There you go. And then you have Mr. Sinister there at the bottom with some of the other characters. You got the Sentinel at the way bottom there too, looking pretty cool. I'm excited for this, man. This is cool, man. We're getting a lot more X-Men stuff now that Marvel Studios is in charge of them again. So, and we've heard the theme song a few times in MCU stuff more recently. So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that was all of the
fun
Marvel
to go back
animation
to
panel.
my childhood,
Yeah, which I'm honestly looking forward to most of that.
Yeah, no,
a lot of that stuff looks really fun. But yeah, that'll do it for our TV news. We can
Alrighty.
quickly go through the movie news and then go on a break. So let's go
move.
to that, Josh, whenever you're ready to move on.
Yeah,
to
let
that.
me put on the movie news and take off the TV news, and we're good. Let's roll.
Cool. The first thing we have here for the movie news is that I didn't include the trailer in here, but the Halloween Ends trailer is out. I haven't seen the second movie yet, so I
haven't
decided
either.
not to put that in there. But it's out. If you guys want to watch it, check it out.
Yeah.
Here's a trailer that I saved for the podcast as well. I did not react to this because I was going to watch it live. Here we have a trailer for the Dungeons and Dragons movie, Honor Among Thieves.
Let's check them right out.
There's also a poster if you want to throw that up too, Josh.
I will after we do the trailer.
All right, so let's
Just for a
check
second.
that out. So whenever you're ready.
I'm ready.
3, 2, 1, play.
Trailer before trailer, awesome.
Oh,
Great. Trailer before trailer.
Why?
Here's
I
the
don't
thing.
understand.
We're a team of thieves.
So you got Chris
When you
Pine.
do this,
You got
you're bound to
who
make
else is in
enemies.
this?
Sometimes
You got the
those
Bridgerton
enemies
dude
come
that
looking
everybody
for revenge.
Loves.
likes. Yeah. There's a dragon. Oh man, what's it shooting out, dude?
It is not oil. Everybody's like, it's oil. It's not. It's not. It's acid. He's a black dragon. They spew acid.
Oh man, they got Led
We help the
Zeppelin in
wrong
this.
person
Nice.
steal the wrong thing.
yeah.
I like it.
We didn't mean
Like
to
the music
unleash the
is.
greatest evil the world has ever known. But we're gonna fix it.
So how do we?
Is that what's her name? Michelle Rodriguez? It is.
Michelle
Yes.
Rodriguez, yeah, she's in there.
Oh, nice.
To give us a fighting chance, we're gonna need strength. You got this, right?
I know you don't.
This is an interesting
We also
cast
need
of
courage,
people for this movie.
Yeah.
And that's what's his name, Justice Smith from the Pokemon movie, right?
Yeah, yeah, that is.
He was also in The Quarry, which is why I was like able to recognize him right away because I recently
It's
played
an
The Quarry.
owl
and he was in there.
bear. Look at it.
It's an owl bear.
Look at that thing.
Oh yeah.
Oh, damn.
Be warned. There is evil here.
I'm glad he's on our side.
Who needs heroes when you have thieves, right?
It's true.
This one's dangerous.
Hugh Grant. Oh, look, it's the fucking mimic.
But what
It's a
about us?
mimic. Gelatinous cube, displacer beast, owlbear,
All the
Shonky
D&D
dragon.
things. Okay.
Not a bad trailer.
Is it exactly that
Honestly,
you're going for
this movie looks like it could be fun.
Plans.
You've already made the plan, so
If the existing plan fails, I make a new plan.
you make plans that fail.
No,
He also plays the lute.
not relevant.
Look at him playing the lute at the end. Oh man, Chris Pine as a bard is gonna be.
I'm so glad
pretty
he's
great.
playing a fucking bard. Nobody ever plays bards. Chris Pine's playing a bard. There's gonna be a sharp increase in bard players in D&D after this movie comes
yeah.
out. I'm calling it.
Yes.
Now that makes
No,
me really
but
excited
Chris-
because I see so much things I recognize, right, as a D&D player.
Yeah, that looks fun. I hadn't seen that. This is my first time watching that. Yeah, I could see that being a fun time, like a really enjoyable movie, you know.
Mhm.
Yeah, let
So,
me open
yeah,
that
looks cool.
poster as well for you guys really quick while we...
Yeah. Throw up the poster. The poster's okay. I mean, it's
Pretty cool.
I guess it's a dragon. And you have the cast up top. So you have Chris Pine, Michelle Rodriguez. Is his name pronounced Reggie or I don't? I'm not exactly sure how to say his name, but Reggie Jean Page, Justice Smith, Sophia Lillis, and Hugh Grant. So that is your dungeon party here for this movie. In theaters March 2023. I didn't realize it was coming out that soon. Well, I mean, it's not that soon, but like, early
Soon.
2023, I suppose, right? Yeah.
I think it looks fun. I saw photos before I saw the trailer, and when I saw the photos, I was like, "Oh, this is gonna be bad." Then I saw the trailer, I was like, "Oh, that looks like fun." So it's amazing what a trailer does.
Is this have they made Dungeons and Dragons movies before? 'Cause I
They
haven't.
have. There was a really bad one that had Jeremy Irons in it many, many, many years ago. It was a terrible movie. And they may have done a spinoff from that. I don't know, but yeah, they have done it before. It was so bad, and I've seen that movie with Jeremy Irons, and I don't even remember it. I just remember it being terrible. Whereas this actually looks good, and fun.
All right. Yeah, we have another poster. There was an Oppenheimer poster. I know that's a movie that we
Man, how did they fit everybody on this? Oh,
there's they didn't. That's why it's a very it's a very basic poster for the most part.
They blew up the whole cast.
Yeah, because they don't have everybody in it. They got Cillian Murphy, Emily Blunt, Matt Damon, Robert Downey Jr., Florence Pugh up top, and then everybody
Jay,
else.
have you seen how many people are going to be in this movie? There's we're in this movie. They put me and Daniel in this movie. That's how many people are in this movie.
There's the joke is that there is so many well-known actors and actresses that are going to be in this. It's crazy.
Yeah, we're in it.
Yeah, it's kind of bonkers how many people are in this. But there's the poster for that.
I couldn't believe it when Christopher Nolan called me, man. He was like, "You want to be an Oppenheimer?" He's like, "You get to work with Florence Pugh," and I was like, "Fuck, sign me up."
Right. And guess what? We have another poster. We have one from Prey this time, which is the upcoming movie coming out August 5th, a new Predator movie. I'm very excited to watch this. I've heard really, really good things from this, actually. There was a screening at Comic-Con and people have been raving about it.
I like this poster.
The movie was the people there liked so much they gave it a standing ovation. So I am very excited to see this. Coming out August 5th on Hulu. Looks more like the first movie, which is easily the best Predator movie. So I am very, very excited to see this. Should be good.
Awesome.
We have news on the first Avatar animated movie.
Not the Blue Cat
thought
people.
it was
cool
this is Avatar: The Last Airbender, which we thought previously was going to be a movie about Kyoshi, but they are now saying that it's going to be about Aang and his gang of friends when they're a little bit older now. There's actually a bit of a video message here from Jeanette Varney that they showed, I think, at the panel. So if you want to throw that up, Josh, it's just a little quick 45-second
yeah, I'm just gonna play it.
Video here. Did you ever? I don't know if you ever. Did you know anything about the Airbender, Jay, or no? Was this one of those things where it's like you never really?
Yeah, I knew about the Airbender. I actually was on and off watching it back in the day.
Oh, okay.
But I never really got hooked into it. But I have seen.
Okay, cool. So you've seen some of it, yeah. Honestly, Avatar: The Last Airbender is one of my favorite animated shows ever, and it's one of the, in my opinion, it's also one of the best ones ever made. It's really, really
Agreed.
good. There's some really, really cool stuff.
Agree.
There's it's not super long. It's a few seasons, and then they they did another show called Legend of Korra.
Yeah.
Which I liked. It was pretty good. And then now they're doing movies and stuff too. So yeah. But yeah, anyway, Josh, if you want to play the video,
let's play it.
Check it out. For a quick little video message. 3, 2, 1, go.
Hello, Avatar Braving the Elements podcast friends and Avatarverse lovers. It's me, Janet, and I am so sad not to be at San Diego Comic-Con with Dante and with all of you. I've just been doing a little reading while I recuperate.
So for those of you wondering who this lady is,
we actually have some exclusive
she actually
Avatar
is the voice
Studios
of Korra
news for you all.
from the Legend
Now, there
of
have been
Korra.
a lot of rumors floating around, a lot of speculation, and a lot of excitement. I feel it too. But we figured it was time to set the record straight. The first feature-length movie from Avatar Studios will be focusing on Avatar, Aang, and his friends.
So
And
there you
I, for
go.
one, cannot wait.
Avatar Aang and his gang of friends. Because there was a lot of speculation that it was going to be about Kyoshi, and even she's reading the Rise of Kyoshi book right there in the video.
Mm-hmm.
But they're like, "Yo, we're gonna let you guys know it's about Aang and his friends." So that's cool. I mean,
Nice.
I like the universe and the world of Avatar, so I'm
It's
very
pretty
excited
dope.
for the future of all the stuff they got coming up. Yeah, I'm super hyped. I know they came out with a RPG that looked really cool too, and
that I
they're
bought.
doing a lot of
Because I
they're
buy
doing
them
a lot
all.
of they're doing a lot of cool Avatar stuff, and this is just one of the things they got coming up. So I'm excited. I wonder who they're gonna get to voice them, because they're gonna be like, I think this movie is gonna be like the adult or the I don't know if at least adult, but at least older versions of the characters, right? Because in the show they're kids, like tweens or teenagers or whatever. So it'll be interesting to see what age they have the gang
Yeah.
in this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. That's exciting. I can't wait. The next thing we got is we have a trailer and a poster for John Wick. Well, it's more of a sneak peek, but we got a sneak peek for John Wick Chapter 4. Jay, have you seen the John Wick movies?
Actually,
You have or you haven't?
No, I have.
Oh yeah, cool. Yeah.
I love them.
These are like some of my favorite action movies ever.
Yeah.
They are so good. I just they and the thing is, like, I don't think any of them are bad. Like they're all great.
Yeah.
Like I prefer like 1 and 3 over 2, but like I don't think 2 is bad. It's just I just prefer the stuff in the other movies more. I know they're
Yeah.
coming out with a show as well, the Continental show. So I'm just really excited for all the upcoming John Wick stuff. I know they're coming out with the John Wick 4 and 5. So
Yeah.
we got more John Wick coming, but we got a sneak peek here, 1 minute 5 seconds. So let's check it out. If you have not seen the other movies, don't worry, because this is a sneak peek, and there isn't really any spoilers in this, really. So you're okay to watch this if you haven't seen the movies. All right. So 3, 2, 1, play.
Have you given any thought to where this ends? The table will never stop. You know this.
Man, the cast for this movie is gonna be
crazy.
No one.
Wild.
Not even you.
I'm so excited.
Can kill everyone.
Just throwing that shit to the dude's fucking dome. Like, what the hell?
That was cool.
Dude, they got Donnie Yen and fucking Keanu Reeves just going at it close range, bro. Like,
yeah.
You got Bill Skarsgård in this, Hiroyuki Sanada, Donnie Yen. Man, dude, when he beats the shit out of the dude with the fucking the nunchucks, bro, you're like, oh my god, dude.
That looks great.
It looks so good, man.
Also, I peeped Lawrence
Yeah, dude.
Fishburne in the end. I saw him.
Yeah, Lawrence Fishburne's coming back. Oh man, Scott Adkins, Ian McShane is coming back. Clancy Brown is in this. Like,
Oh
man,
my gosh, it's gonna be crazy.
this movie's gonna be awesome. I cannot wait. At one point, there was Hiroyuki Sanada. I don't know if you guys noticed, but Hiroyuki Sanada was fighting Donnie Yen, dude. I'm
yeah,
like, whoa,
I did see that.
That's gonna be cool, man. So yeah, I'm excited, dude. I can't wait. This movie's gonna be awesome. And then there's the poster, Josh. If you want to throw that up, there it is.
Mm-hmm.
I love it.
Pretty cool looking. There he is with the nunchucks, man. Oh man, I can't wait to see him beat the dog shit out of somebody with those things, man. That's gonna be great. All right. We have a couple more trailers here. These I actually did react to. So if you want to go see my initial thoughts on these, I know Josh watched them as well. Go check them out on our YouTube channels. We watched them.
Reacted to
they're up
them.
there if you want to hear our initial thoughts. But we'll watch them here again. We'll get Jay's thoughts on them. He said he isn't really like he knows of DC characters, but doesn't know too much about them. So we'll see. Did you watch the first Shazam movie or no?
No, I didn't see the first one. No.
Okay. Gotcha. All right, so let's check this out here. Let me throw it up there. Again, I don't think there's any like super big spoilers here if you haven't seen the first one, but
that's cool.
Let's go ahead and check it out in 3, 2, 1, play.
I'm an idiot.
So they got the Eminem song playing in the background of this trailer.
These powers, if I'm being honest, like, what am I even contributing?
So if you don't know about Shazam, it's basically, well, actually, you know what? I think they explained it in the trailer. So I won't even
believe they did
say
too, because I did see this trailer the other day.
So manly, and Batman is so cool, and I'm just me.
And speaking of Aquaman, I actually saw the movie yesterday at work. And I've never seen Aquaman.
Yeah, I like Aquaman. Aquaman was a good movie.
I feel like a fraud.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Anyway, the wizard gave me superpowers.
So yeah, wizard gives him powers.
Superpowers.
Turns into Shazam.
To fight crime?
Okay.
And he's got his siblings, and they all can transform
I'm the only one trying to keep it together.
You understand I'm a pediatrician, right?
Come on!
Now let's get down to business.
Listen to me, Billy. The fate of your world depends on it. The daughters of Atlas are coming for you.
Dude, Jaimon Hanzu is great, man.
Children stole the power of all the gods.
And we got fucking Lucy Liu and Helen Mirren in this as like the goddesses. It's gonna be great.
Look, I might not have as much experience as you because I'm not super old like you, but I've seen all of the Fast and the Furious movies, lady. It's all about family.
the Fast and the Furious family line, dude. I can't believe they fucking did
that was
it.
a signal.
Introducing the star of our show. His name is Shazam.
What happened, Loki? You don't like family?
Your world will not survive this.
I don't know how we fight powers like this.
You think I know how to fix this, dude, but I really don't.
Billy, everyone can be worthy. Let's give it a chance. Now go fight for your family. Go fight for the world.
I just threw a truck at a dragon. I love my life.
So there you go. I thought this trailer was pretty decent.
I liked the first Shazam movie a lot.
Yeah,
So I'm really looking forward to this
so
as well.
Definitely gonna be checking this one out as well when it comes out, which comes out in December. So not long now to wait for that one. But yeah, pretty neat. And in addition to Shazam, if you guys, I don't know if you guys have anything else to add onto this one before we move on to the next one. But,
No, I was getting ready for the next video and it started playing and it was really loud.
yeah. So so we have Shazam, and then we have the opposite end of Shazam, which is Black Adam.
Black Adam.
And this Black Adam gonna be played by Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. We had a little bit of Comic-Con sneak peek. We had some other trailers for this movie already. For me, I've said this already every time, but the thing that gets me excited is Dr. Fate. I'm so hyped for Dr. Fate, and he's being played by Pierce Brosnan. And we also have Hawkman, Atom Smasher, a bunch of other characters. But yeah, so let's check this out. Comic-Con sneak peek. 3, 2, 1, play.
My powers are not a gift, but a curse. Born out of rage.
October 21st. This is even sooner than Shazam.
You believe you are not worthy, but you have two paths. You can be the destroyer of this world, or you can be its savior. The world needed a hero. Instead, it got me.
Poor Hawkman, dude. He tried at the end, but that guy was like, "Nah, my guy."
He's about to get the rock bottom.
I swear to God, if he
elbow.
does any wrestling type move in this movie, I'm gonna be pissed. Oh my
That would be
gosh, man.
something.
I think that looks great. I'm actually pretty excited for this movie. I like how excited The Rock is about it, and because he's excited about it, makes me excited about it. Because I think it is something that he's wanted to do for a long time, right? So
Yeah.
It is something that has been in the works for the longest time. They've been wanting to make this movie happen for years, man. I'm just glad it's finally happening because been in the works forever. So we had a Marvel live action panel, and let's talk about some of the stuff in there. Included in this article is some of the TV shows they got coming up too, but I just figured I'd just put it all here because it's it was all part of the same panel. So let's start off with the first thing. They had Secret Invasion. So, which by the way, we're gonna be Josh and I are gonna be reading Secret Invasion, the comics. I want to say sometime next month. And checking out and seeing what what that's about, the comics. But the show version is gonna star Samuel L. Jackson as Nick Fury, and Secret Invasion will explore an alien invasion by the Skrull, shape-shifting aliens that can take the shape of anyone they see only once. It's been said that this series will be one of the darker MCU productions, mostly due to how it will deal with the paranoia of never knowing where the enemy is hidden, because obviously they can shift into anybody, right? So you can't really trust anyone. So that is what that's going to be about. The release date for that is spring 2023. Phase 5 is Ant-Man. Ant-Man is the start of Phase 5. Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania is the start of Phase 5. And then they brought out James Gunn and the cast of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, which is going to be the final chapter of James Gunn's current incarnation of the Guardians of the Galaxy. They showed a trailer for this, which they did not reveal to the rest of the world. But in that trailer, people were saying they had a baby Rocket, and they brought out obviously Will Poulter as Adam Warlock. They had Cosmo the Space Dog, played by Maria Bakalova, and they also introduced Chukwudi Iwuji as the High Evolutionary. Then obviously they briefly mentioned Echo, which is the spin-off of the Hawkeye series. Echo was a character they introduced in Hawkeye. If you guys watched that show, she is the deaf heroine in that. And obviously Vincent D'Onofrio is returning as Kingpin for that one. Charlie Cox is also going to be joining as Matt Murdock and Daredevil. That'll be intriguing. Loki season 2 is going to be picking up where things left off with Sylvie and Loki, change the timeline and unleash the fury of Kang the Conqueror. Owen Wilson is going to be coming back, I believe, as Mobius, not to be confused with Morbius, different character. And yeah, hopefully he can ride a jet ski, right? Like he wanted to. Then they talked about Blade a little bit, which obviously starring Mahershala Ali as the main character himself. He was in his voice at least was in the post-credits scene of The Eternals. The release date for Blade is November 3rd, 2023. Ironheart is going to be starring Dominique Thorne. who is the character of Riri Williams, who we saw in the Black Panther trailer, which we'll get to Black Panther in a minute. But yeah, Riri Williams is going to be Ironheart. She is the young genius who fills up the vacuum left behind by Iron Man before starting her own. Like I said, before starring in her own series, she'll be introduced in Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. This show will be released in fall of 2023. Then they also talked about Agatha, Coven of Chaos, which was previously known as Agatha House of Harkness. So they changed the name on this one. And this is a spin-off of WandaVision, based on Catherine Hahn's character in that. It is unknown if it's going to be a prequel or it'll be, following what happened after WandaVision. And then they also announced the name of the new Captain America movie, Captain America: New World Order, with Anthony Mackie's Sam Wilson taking over as Captain America. He's going to be getting his own movie, and we'll see what ends up happening with that. That's coming out May 3rd, 2024. Daredevil Born Again was announced. New Daredevil series, which makes sense with all the Daredevil we're going to be getting after he was on No Way Home, obviously, and he's going to be in Echo, and he's in all kinds. Charlie Cox is in everything. He's going to be in everything as Daredevil right now.
It's the return.
Bringing him the return, and not only that, but this series is going to be 18 episodes, longer than any of the other Disney Plus series so far, which is insane considering the other ones have only been 6 episodes so far.
This shit better be good. You're going to have 18 episodes?
18 episodes. That is incredible. That is insane. But that's going to be coming out spring 2024.
With that many episodes, there better not be no damn pacing issues.
There better not be. Hell no, there better not be.
Shit.
Because that's one of our main complaints in this phase.
Yeah. Kevin Feige also announced the end of Phase 5, which is going to be The Thunderbolts, a film focused on a super team of villains. The way that I think of this is basically they're like Marvel's, like, you know how DC has Suicide Squad? Mm-hmm. Thunderbolts is that, but like for Marvel. So they're gonna have like Baron Zemo probably be the leader of the Thunderbolts, and they'll bring in obviously other characters. So that'll be fun. I think. Then Fantastic Four is going to be the beginning of Phase 6, which is the final chapter of the Multiverse Saga, and that'll be releasing November 8th, 2024. Then they announced Avengers: The Kang Dynasty, which is interesting because they're announcing 2 Avengers movies in 1 year. That is like, we've never had that before. That is crazy. But Avengers: The Kang Dynasty was the first half of the massive crossover that'll wrap Phase 6. Obviously focused on the Kang the Conqueror, which, the title is a given. And then we have Avengers: Secret Wars. The final production of the Multiverse Saga, wrapping up whatever they have in that. And then the last thing that we have here is they were talking about Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, and actually we didn't even bring up She-Hulk. There was a trailer for She-Hulk, so we should
Yeah, I was gonna say, they didn't have the.
It wasn't in here for some reason. I had it in the news, but I'll throw it in here. We can check it out real quick. Here, look. Boom, She-Hulk trailer. Let's check that out real quick, and then after that, we can watch the Black Panther Wakanda Forever one as well. So when you guys are ready, let me know. I'll count it down, and then we can check both of these.
I am ready.
Really quickly. All right. 3, 2, 1. She-Hulk, attorney at law, playing now.
Wow! Jesus, what the hell, man?
Still in control, no overwhelming feelings of rage.
No! A normal amount of rage!
You do revert back to Gen form when you sleep.
Was the air horn really necessary?
For comedy, absolutely. This is a multi-year
damn
journey
air
we're about to embark on. Who's your best friend?
Nikki.
Spandex.
Yeah, I love
Spandex
Tatiana.
is
So
your
I'm
best
the
friend.
reason I'm looking
Being
forward
a
to the
Hulk
show is
asks
a
for
big
balance.
reason is because of her. She's great. I always say this, but if you haven't
have
watched
so
Orphan Black
much more
Man,
to learn.
fantastic show that she's in. Check it out.
Yes.
So I'm clearly nailing it at all of these things.
If you want to go back to your life as a lawyer, I respect that.
He doesn't mean that.
More and more eccentric superhumans
Breaking
are
the
coming out
fourth
of the
wall,
Yeah.
We're
which
going to
apparently
launch
is a
the
comic
division for
thing.
them. And I want the She-Hulk
They do in
to
the
be
comics.
the face of it.
I didn't realize that, which is why in my reaction to this, I was kind of like, I don't really know what the deal with that is, but
This man tried to kill my cousin Bruce.
yeah, breaking the fourth wall is something in the comics. Also, Tim Roth is returning as Neil Blonsky, the Abomination.
I love Tim Roth, dude. One of my favorite actors.
Jen, do you think? God, I really like this outfit. I'm not proud of this.
Miss Walters, we answer to a higher power. Our universe.
Wong, dude, Wong is in this.
He's in fucking everything.
I am a
He is talking about
And
the
I
book
like
of Ashanti.
his outfit in this
No, the book of
looks cool. Looks different than what he had on previously.
Whether you like it or not, you're now a superhero.
Let's do this. You know that friend you had in high school who was way cooler than you were, attractive, got all the attention from everyone? Hello.
I think I'm jealous. Is that what I'm feeling?
Flipping him off at the end there. But you have a little surprise at the end of the trailer. Guess who it is?
Oh yeah.
It's the man without fear himself, Daredevil, yet again.
Oh man.
So he's gonna be in this. There he was in his, classic suit there. So I will say about this trailer is that I definitely enjoyed this one more than the previous one. The CG looks better, even though in
does. It
certain
looks a lot
places
better.
I could still tell it was kind of a little off, but it did look overall a lot better than it did before. There's gonna be a lot of cameos and things they said. This show is gonna be very like Ally McBeal, like very comedic in that way, because you have a female protagonist where it's gonna be more of a comedy, and she's kind of like she's an attorney, obviously, so makes sense to have Daredevil in this as well. But yeah, I like the Hulk. Like Hulk is one of my favorite like Marvel characters in general. So I'm excited to see Mark Ruffalo return in this. It makes sense to have him in here. Abomination. And then I think another thing I will say about the CG is like they've had years to work on the Hulk one, and like they haven't had enough time to do She-Hulk, so they're probably still trying to make that look right. So I'll give them a little bit of slack in that regard. But they need to hurry up, man, because that show's coming out like less than a month, man. It's coming out August 17th, if I'm not mistaken. But we'll definitely be checking that out, and we'll be talking about it. So come peep the show when we do that. But yeah, I think it looks better than it has in the past, and yeah, like I said, we'll be checking that out. We have on one last trailer to watch here. It's Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. Let's go ahead and throw that up. If you guys are ready, I'll count it down.
Not gonna lie, it really brought a tear to my eye when I watched it.
Oh man, yeah, it's a very emotional trailer, man. Like the music and and everything. Yeah, so we're gonna check it out in 3, 2, 1, play.
And it's trending #1 too.
Yeah, #1 on trending on YouTube right now. But yeah, whoever came up with the Bob Marley Kendrick Lamar like remix here for this, like really well done.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing right here that we're seeing like T'Challa's funeral right there, probably.
Probably
When
so, yeah.
everybody's wearing all white. Seeing the Dora Milaje again is really cool. We got Shuri, Nakia, Koye, Queen Ramonda. And man, seeing little baby Namor being born. Oh man. So as a Mexican Latino man, I am very excited to see Namor, dude. I can't wait, bro. Cause they're making them. This Namor is gonna be like Aztec Mayan. Atlantis is gonna be Aztec Mayan influenced in the MCU. So I'm excited, dude. I can't wait. And we saw a shot of Riri Williams there with Shuri. Namor walking out of the water. You got M'Baku. You got the Chadwick Boseman mural, man. T'Challa. So we get a shot of the new Black Panther there at the end.
Yeah.
Which, what are your guys' theories on that? Because I actually was looking at that last shot, and that looks like the body of a woman to me.
Yeah, same thoughts exactly.
That looks like a woman's body. So I'm thinking they're gonna have Shuri take over.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
Is what they're gonna do. I know a lot of people were thinking, have M'Baku do it or whatever, but I'm guessing he's probably gonna be the new king, and she's gonna be the new Black Panther. Is for me how Shuri is gonna be the new Black Panther. Is how to do it. We'll see though. I mean, from when we found out that Chadwick Boseman passed away, 2 years ago now, unfortunately, it was like I don't know how you could have done this movie. Like, I would not have wanted the challenge of wanting to do this.
Yeah.
'Cause it is insane. Like, just to even like think about like having to continue the story, but obviously you have to. But it's just it's just a shame. I know a lot of people have wanted them to recast T'Challa, because the character of T'Challa is a great character that like we should still be having in the MCU, but unfortunately they're just it's not going to be the case. But I said in my reaction that I think, like, since we're in the multiverse saga, if they like brought out like a variant of T'Challa, and then maybe that's how you could recast them if they wanted to in the future. They don't have to do it, but if they wanted to, I feel like that's how they could. But for now, obviously in this movie, we know, like, we're not getting any more T'Challa. But no, this is a really, really well done trailer. I'm excited for Namor and the Atlanteans, and we're getting obviously Riri Williams in this, and then we're getting just every like it looks great. I think it looks really cool. It's a really well crafted trailer, from the music to the visuals to the way it was cut and edited together. So yeah, really really well done. I'm looking forward to this, man. It's coming out in November, so I'll be there for that, man.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm just so excited for Namor, dude. I can't wait. I cannot wait.
Yeah.
Oh. Still taken back on that trailer, man. It's just something. Oh
no, yeah, it's a very emotional trailer.
Oh.
Yeah.
Jeez.
To close
I
out
can't
our
wait to
movie
see it
news,
myself.
yeah, to close out our movie news, we have a couple of posters here. So these are the ones that we have here. So we have 2 for Black Panther. We have those 2.
Let me get those up for
and
you.
then we had
Here's the
one
first.
for Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. So
Let me get the next.
yeah, there's
Black
the
Panther.
first one, Wakanda Forever, 11/11/22. And then we have
my
the second one.
My Twitter's being really slow. Here's the second one.
You have Nakia, Shuri, and Queen Ramonda with the new Black Panther there in the back, which again looks like a woman from that from that right there. Pretty sure it's gonna be Shuri. And then the Ant-Man one, and the Wasp one, which you got Kang the Conqueror there in the back. Look at him. So that'll be cool. And then obviously you got Cassie there with the Wasp and then and Scott. So that'll be cool. Her suit's gonna be purple, which looks pretty cool, I think. But yeah, those are some of the posters for
yeah,
Comic-Con that they showed. So yeah. But yeah, that's what we got, man. That is our movie news for today. So if we want to take a quick break,
yeah, let's take a break.
Come back with part 2.
What's gonna happen, guys, is I'm gonna put some music on. We'll go to break. We'll get up, stretch your legs, restroom, drinks, food if you need it, because we've been here a little while.
Yeah.
And I'll run some ads for those of you. For those of you on YouTube, this will be instantly. So we will be right back after this. Don't go anywhere. Let me set up the screen so it doesn't say starting soon, but so it says break. Okay, break soon. Here we go. Oh, did that not mute? Nope, it didn't mute. It didn't mute us. 1 second, guys.
How dare you? No.
Hello, that is the wrong button. Hello, we're back.
Oh, wrong button, huh?
I went to the 2-player screen, not the 3-player screen.
All right.
Welcome
We're
back,
everybody.
Yeah. Don't worry, I fixed the audio problem. I just need to remember to hit the right fucking buttons when we come back from a break, because I'm dumb and hit the wrong one. Yeah, we're gonna get in the second half of the show here and now. We're gonna talk about some stuff with Jay here about wrestling, because we had some really probably the biggest wrestling news in many long times, many years.
Is that what we want to start off with today?
No, I don't think we have to start with that. No, we're not gonna start with that. But that's just I'm setting up for the rest of the show.
Okay.
So we'll be talking about that, and I'm gonna ask Jay some of his favorite wrestlers, some of his favorite matches. What's he watching? Stuff like that, because I haven't been keeping up with what's the goings-ons lately. I was watching it quite often. So
by the way, Jay has his own podcast. It's a wrestling podcast too. So Jay, if you wanna shout it out real quick.
Yeah, for sure.
Let everybody know what it is.
Yeah, definitely. It's called the Squared Circle Podcast. Right now I haven't posted any episodes yet, as of yet, because I'm trying to find appropriate times to do these podcasts. I'm having a hard time right now, so it's for right now is being put on hold until I can get some things straight with that. But yeah, the podcast is just basically just me talking about anything wrestling related, depending on what promotions I want to talk about, WWE or AEW or New Japan, things like that. If there's anything that caught my interest that I want to talk about, then that's what the podcast is for, just to have that discussion. But yeah, that's pretty much it. It's over on my YouTube channel. I have about 3 episodes so far of the podcast. If you guys want to take a listen, you could just watch it over on my YouTube channel.
Yeah, go check it out. I've listened to it. It's interesting. Hearing because for me, I like I'm not as big into wrestling as the two of you are, but I still know some things here and there, and I know who who some of the big wrestlers are, and I know some of the current ones as well. But again, I'm not as in depth with it as the two of you guys are. So yeah, it's just interesting. When I was watching your podcast, hearing somebody who knows what the hell they're talking about with it, it's good stuff. So definitely check it out if you're into that, guys. So
yeah,
again, it's on his YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/SaveUsJ.
Yeah. Yep.
All right, cool. Awesome. So go check that out.
All right.
Awesome. For everybody watching live, I'll post a link in the chat. And,
Yes, please do.
And on the YouTube version, I will of course link his channel on the video as well. So yeah.
All right. Where should we begin, Jay? What are all the shows that you're watching right now? Like, what are like your kind of like? Are you doing just WWE? Are you doing just AEW? Are you doing just what is your current viewing habits?
Okay, so I mainly watch WWE a lot because that's where I first grew up watching.
Yeah, I got you.
So
Same.
I'm more gravitated into watching that than any other promotions. But I am like diving into the other ones, like AEW, for instance. And New Japan. I don't know too much about New Japan, but I know a couple of wrestlers that came from there to WWE and AEW. So I'm trying to like see who these wrestlers are that people are talking about and just watching them and seeing how they are. But yeah, it's all WWE stuff for me, honestly.
I got you.
Like that's all I've been about. But like I said, I am diving into more other
Yeah, no, I
promotions.
got you for sure.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite wrestler? Like, who's your favorite? Like, growing up, who's your guy or your girl? Who do you got?
Man, it was either between Stone Cold and The Rock. I can't really tell you who's the number one the number one wrestler for me. But it has to be between one of those two. Like,
I got you.
yeah, it was really hard for me to like decide, but it's definitely those two.
Yeah, I got you. DT3, do you have a favorite? Like when you were growing up watching, who was your favorite growing up?
So I remember, like, growing up in the it was like the Attitude Era, right? That was like the big. You had like obviously you had Stone Cold and The Rock. I remember. So there was this game back in the day on the Nintendo 64. I'm trying to think of which wrestling game this was, but it was on the N64. I remember. What the hell was it called? It was back when obviously there wasn't the WWE, it was the WWF, right?
Yeah.
Maybe No Mercy.
It might be No Mercy. I think it is. I
played a lot of them.
So
Yeah.
I had a cousin that I used to go over to his house a lot. We played the shit out of that game. He was a Stone Cold guy. I was the Rock guy. So that's kind of I like them both. But that's kind of what it was. Like I would always play as a Rock. He'd always be Stone Cold, and yeah, dude, we'd play a lot. And then obviously like now like Ric Flair is just like dude is just like from the woo to the like talking about fucking people's girlfriends and like like I'm like that type of shit is like just him on the mic, dude, like incredible. Like I could listen to Ric Flair talk about like I was fucking the oldest ride, longest line of Space Mountain and all that shit. Oh my god, I love that stuff, dude. Like that is like some of my favorite shit in wrestling is just listening to these guys like promo and talk and yeah, Ric Flair for me is like one of my in that regard like one of my favorites. On the mic and all that stuff.
I got you.
Okay.
So yeah, I love that stuff, man. Just hilarious. Cracks me up every time I hear him say something.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna take your girlfriend home and make a woman out of her because I'm a nice guy. Like that kind of stuff. Just like hilarious, like so fucking good.
So for me growing up, I really liked Kane. Kane was like my guy. The big red machine, the big monster. Kane was who was my favorite. But there was a time where like it shifted, right? And Eddie Guerrero absolutely became my favorite. Like I lie, I cheat, I steal. His title when he won the title off Brock and all that stuff. Like growing up, absolutely Eddie Guerrero was one of my favorites. My number one. Still love Eddie even now. So that was kind of my favorite. All right, Jay. Do you have a favorite match? Like, is there what is your absolute favorite match? Do you have one? You don't have
Damn,
to
there's
have
so
one. I'm
many.
just kind of curious if you had one. Because I don't know
There's
if I
so
have a
many.
favorite, to be honest. Like, I sit here and think about it. There's like so many matches that are
Yeah,
just great.
I think a match. I think a match that I would probably go back to watch more than any other match probably would have to be Shawn Michaels and Undertaker at WrestleMania 25 because that
Ooh,
match pretty much
That's
stole the show. Like,
that's good. That's a good pick.
yeah, like I have other matches too, like Rock and Stone Cold at WrestleMania 17.
Hmm.
Like the promo for that match was just unbelievable. If you haven't seen a promo for that, like the music was from Limp Bizkit. Oh my god, like it was just perfect.
I
Like you
have
don't
to.
get out
I
promos
should.
like this now, but
Yeah, I need to check that out.
yeah, it's really good.
Hmm. Hmm.
Like the whole uh like set up to their upcoming match, all the hype was there. Probably like the best promo out there in the wrestling business right now. That can't be duplicated.
No, no. There's a lot of things in wrestling that can't be duplicated, and there's a lot of great matches, a lot of great promos, and like it's like
Yeah,
it can't be duplicated. It's just different a lot of the time. It's
right.
still great, but it's different. There's some things will never live up to like the mountain or your mountain because everybody's got their own mountain, right? Like I'm on this mountain that says this is the best. Jay's on
Yeah,
his mountain that says that is the best,
that's
and
yeah.
and I respect it. I respect it.
Hmm.
Um, What about current wrestlers? Who's your favorite, like currently? Who are you enjoying watching? Because I haven't kept up a lot with like the current product.
Yeah,
Well, I kept up with it, but I haven't watched it. Like it's weird, right? Because I was watching every week pre-COVID, right? And then COVID hit, and like all the fans weren't able to attend, and I kind of
yeah,
fell off watching any wrestling. But I still, as weird as it was, I would still check the results every week to be like, who won what? What are the storylines? It's so weird how wrestling does that to some people. Like, where I'm like, I still gotta, I'm
yeah.
curious. I just can't watch right now because it was a lot. It was also a lot of wrestling, like 3 days in a row, or
Hmm.
like it was crazy there for a little while. So,
Yeah.
what do you got? Who you got right now, Jay? Who you liking?
For WWE on that side is definitely Roman Reigns. Like it's like the biggest guy right now in the company. So he's held the now he's unified both of the world championships, and
Mm-hmm.
now he's labeled as the undisputed champion. Held it for almost 2 years now. So he's pretty big, man. But yeah, he's my go-to guy. Like, even before him, maybe John Cena at the time because he was the face of the company. So I usually kind of go with guys like that. I don't know why, but I just do. Um, any other wrestling promotions like maybe AEW, like because there's like a plethora of wrestlers there
There's
too. So
so
I can't
many.
really I can't watch AEW like on a normal basis.
Mm-hmm.
And even when I do watch it, I just like get confused as to who's in the program with whom. And like one week they could be in the program, the next week they just be in a whole entirely different program. So I
Yeah,
don't know about how they operate when it comes to setting up rivalries and stuff. But I don't know who's in that promotion that I been keeping an eye on, or who's an actual favorite of
good.
mine. So, but yeah, like right now I think the number one person that's on the radar right now is Roman Reigns for sure.
I actually agree with you because even though I haven't been watching like since post COVID or
Mhm.
since pre COVID rather, like right before, and then that happened, and I haven't watched anything since. I did. That's not true. I have watched some things. I did watch WrestleMania, and I usually do watch the Rumbles because I enjoy both of those things. But I did when they finally turned Roman heel.
Mhm.
I was like, oh, thank God,
Yeah.
because like I'm. It's hard to be a face. You can't be made to look dumb as a face. But when you're a heel, it doesn't matter what they do as long as they boo, right? Like it's great.
As long as you get a reaction, that's the only thing that
Yeah.
matters. So
And I watched the stuff I would check out when I checked out updates would be the Roman stuff because
Mhm.
I was like, I can't. This is going to be great because he gets to take all that negativity that was poured on him because he wasn't really liked there for a while. Like, let's be real. Early, and they were doing the face thing, and he's a superhero. And I'm sorry, I still hate the Superman punch when he cocks it. I always laugh and make fun of it because I just don't like it. I love the spear though.
Yeah.
But now he kind of gets to turn all that and gets to turn it on the head and throw it at the fans and be this arrogant heel bad guy. And I actually love his heel stuff. It's pretty good, even though I haven't really kept up with a whole lot. But I do
Yeah, it's
keep
his
up with
best
that
work.
stuff. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
And I always was of the belief that you kind of have to be a bad guy before you get to be the good guy a little bit, because it always felt that way. Whenever they want to give you that same thing happened with The Rock, right? When they come out and he's like a heel and he's super respectful of, a face, and he's super respectful of his family and stuff. Even when he first debuted all those years ago, people hated him. They hated him. They despised him. And then when he turned heel, oh, so good as a member of the nation and just as heel Rock. So
It was basically
always
just him being himself, and that was pretty much what the fans was
exactly.
kind of like seeing, like he wasn't being himself. So turning heel was probably like the best thing that happened to him.
Mm-hmm.
Saved his career pretty much too.
Yeah.
And that's the same thing with John Cena also. Like
Mm-hmm.
he was a face, and then yeah, it was like the whole dynamic between him and The Rock was completely the same thing, right? Because they both started off as faces. Fans didn't, fans was behind them for a short amount of time, and then eventually they started to turn on them. And then what happened is they quickly turned heel. Fans started to gravitate toward them.
Yeah, exactly.
Polar opposites. It's crazy.
And it's so interesting too, because I remember watching Cena debut against Angle. I saw him.
Yeah.
I saw the debut against Angle and the ruthless aggression promo. I was watching that night on television when they did it. So
yeah,
I remember. Jay, you've been to actual shows though, haven't you? You've actually gone.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I've never been to one. Man, I'm jealous.
It's the best thing ever. I'm telling you. Well, I haven't been to a live show.
When
No,
was the last
I've
time you
been.
went to one?
Yeah, the last time I went to one was back. Yeah, I actually went back in November for our Survivor Series.
Oh.
I was at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn. I was there. It was actually pretty fun. I actually like it. But
that's so cool.
I've been to a couple of shows. I've been to a Monday Night Raw. The first one I went to, it was like back in, I want to say, '08. It was around the time when when WWE, like, they made ECW the third brand. So when I got
The do-rag
when I,
Vince era, yes. I remember
yeah
that.
Two rag Vince.
yeah
It's funny that you bring that up because we sometimes when we're hanging out on my Discord, that GIF will just randomly pop up when we're talking about something, and then you'll just look in one of the voice chats and the text chats, and you'll just randomly see fucking Durag Vince making his face, popping up. And it's hilarious, dude.
I'm telling you, there's a lot of things back in the day that you can get away with. Now you can't really do that.
Ain't doing that shit no more, no sir.
They would not
Well, I
accept
mean,
that.
apparently he ain't doing nothing no more because
Oh yeah.
the man is
We'll get to that.
retiring.
Yeah, we'll get to that. So, Jay, what other shows have you been to? You were saying.
Yeah. So the first one I went to was in Madison Square Garden. Another
Oh
thing I'll
my
talk about.
God, the Garden.
MSG.
MSG. So
I bet
there was a
that shit
live.
was
It was
cool.
an actual. Oh yeah, it was a live show I went to. That was the first live show, first and only live show I think I went to. And it had at the time I think John Cena was the world champion. He went up against Chris Jericho in a steel cage match. I saw that. I saw Shawn Michaels when he was still wrestling. I think he at the time he was on a feud with Kane. So that was a fun one. I forget who else was in that match. I think I saw Matt Hardy and Jack Swagger for like the ECW title. I can only remember those matches because I think I came in maybe like a little bit, like maybe an hour after the event started. But yeah, I remember it was a fun time. So I went there, and then like a couple of years later, I went with my sister to a SummerSlam event, which had The Undertaker fighting Brock Lesnar. Hilarious match, by the way. Uh, and then I think a year after, I went to a Monday Night Raw event. So, and then obviously the Survivor Series from last year. So, I'm trying to get to a SmackDown taping, and I know they had like events over here in New York, but I haven't made that time to go. But when they do come out here again for SmackDown, I'm gonna definitely go for sure. But those events are really fun though. It's really fun. It's definitely a once in a lifetime experience. I think.
Yeah, live sporting events are awesome, man. I haven't gone to any wrestling ones, but I've gone to like soccer and basketball stuff, and
Yeah.
they're so much fun, man. If
Oh
you
Man,
guys
yeah.
have never gone to a sporting event, do it, man.
that's
It's
me. I've
so
never
much
gotten
fun.
to go to one. Never, never.
Oh, dude.
Not any kind. Not baseball. Not soccer. Not anything. You know.
Man, if you
Wow.
get the dude, when you get the chance, bro, fucking do it because it is a lot of fun. It is a great
Yeah,
time.
Hell, I'd settle
for
for
sure.
hockey. I don't even watch hockey. I'll settle for hockey. I watch anything. Let's go.
I mean, you never know. Do you go to a sporting event you're not that much of a fan of? You might become a bigger fan of it watching it
It's
live,
true,
dude. Right?
right?
Yeah, that
Right.
is true. Yeah, that is true. I'm not really big on basketball. I remember my father taking me to,
Oh
I think it
man.
was a college basketball game, and I had a blast from start to finish.
Yeah,
I had a blast.
it's so much fun just being there in that environment live with. I mean, anything live is like better because you're like you're in a room with all these people, everybody's getting hyped, you're all watching the same thing, and it's just I don't know, man. The environment and the energy and the vibe is great. It's you have to experience it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
At some point you got it, man. It's fantastic.
yeah.
Cool. I would love to go one day. Like, even though I'm not really watching the product as much at the moment. Here's my thing with wrestling, and some of you guys might be the same way out there that are listening. Is like, I'll go through phases where I will watch, and I will watch it every week for years at a time. And then something will happen, and I'll miss a week here or there, and then it'll grow, and I'm not watching this for a few years. And then I come back around again, and I'll watch it for years and years, and it's weird. My whole childhood was like that at points. Like,
That happened with me.
yeah,
Uh,
exactly.
I literally stopped watching. I was watching like back then. I was watching like because back then the show Raw was only like 2 hours back then, right? So as a kid, like I could only watch the show for like 30 minutes, and then I would have to like secretly like record on these VCR tapes. So I had to end up watching it after school or whatever. But like I think I had stopped watching the show, like well, just the product overall. Like I remember when I moved to Jersey, and I was like somewhere around the year 2000, I want to say. I seen it here and there, but I wasn't like keeping up with whatever was going on until I came back. I came back and moved back into New York in 2004, and I think WrestleMania 20 was just around the corner, and I just started watching wrestling ever since. So I just like I got off for a few years, and then I just came right back on it and haven't stopped watching it ever since.
Yeah. And for me, it's the thing I watch with my dad. Like, my dad will watch with me, and like we'll
Mhm.
just sit here and laugh, and we'll laugh at things that obviously aren't supposed to happen at the same time, but like we'll enjoy it. And then like something crazy will happen, and I'll just be like, how are they not hurt? Like, that would hurt so bad. Like going through tables, or when Sasha Banks would do something on the apron and look like she absolutely killed herself, and I'd just be like, oh my god. I was like, I can't stop, and then I'd just be peeking through the eyes. Like, it's just, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
uh, I adore wrestling. I really do.
Mhm.
Maybe I need to start watching again. Um,
I mean now with the whole, the whole company changing and stuff
right.
now,
I'm
I
curious.
think it might be, yeah, I think it might be a good time to watch. I would say,
It's gonna be an interesting shift for sure, man, to say the least. Like I want,
yeah. And they're gonna
So
be here. They're gonna be here in New York too. They're in Madison Square Garden tonight.
that's right.
oh,
That's right. I forgot about that. It's
Yeah.
gonna be so interesting, right? Because it was like, guys, for you that are watching, now I said this at the start of the show. We booked Jay before we learned about this fucking news that come out. We were gonna have him
Yeah.
on the show, and then like the very next day we got the news. So let's just talk about the news for a minute, if we're ready
Yeah.
to move on.
Yeah, go for it.
Which is that Vince McMahon has announced his retirement from WWE. He tweeted out. I'm gonna read the Variety article I have here, and I can throw it in the group chat if it's not in there. I believe it's the one that
Yeah, it's the one that I have
Daniel
here
has.
for yeah.
Yeah, there
to
it
write
is.
in the chat.
Because there are things going on. So wrestling at times can be the behind the scenes stuff can be kind of dark and kind of like there's some controversy and things going and things going on of that nature. So here's what the article says. I'll read it out. It says Vince McMahon has announced that he's retiring from WWE amid the ongoing misconduct investigations being undertaken by the company's board of directors. He tweeted out, I believe he tweeted this out, or he let a statement, or maybe on their website that says, "As I approach 77 years old, I feel it's time for me to retire as chairman and CEO of WWE," McMahon said in a statement released by the sports entertainment company. Quoted as saying, "Throughout the years, it's been a privilege to help WWE bring you joy, inspire you, thrill you, surprise you, and always entertain you. I would like to thank my family for mightily contributing to our success, and I would also like to thank all of our past and present superstars and employees for their dedication and passion for our brand. Most importantly, I would like to thank our fans for allowing us into your homes every week and being your choice of entertainment. I hold the deepest appreciation and admiration for our generation of fans all over from the world who have liked, currently like, and sometimes even love our form of sports entertainment." McMahon's retirement comes after it was announced in June that he would be stepping down from his roles as a chairman and CEO of WWE amid an ongoing investigation into allegations that he paid out millions of dollars to multiple women to keep quiet about alleged affairs and misconduct. The Wall Street Journal reported that McMahon ultimately paid a total of $12 million as part of the agreements. He remained on board as head of creative since then, but he will now be exiting that role as well. McMahon went on to say in his statements that his daughter Stephanie, I find this super interesting, by the way, that his daughter Stephanie and WWE President Nick Khan would serve as co-CEOs upon his departure, with Stephanie also serving as chairwoman. She had been named interim CEO after her father initially stepped down. Since taking the company public, McMahon remains WWE's biggest shareholder. Our global audience can take comfort in knowing WWE will continue to entertain you with the same fervor, dedication, and passion as always, McMahon continued. I am extremely confident in the continued success of WWE, and I leave our company in the capable hands of an extraordinary group of superstars, employees, and executives, in particular both chairwoman and co-CEO Stephanie McMahon and co-CEO Nick Khan. As the majority shareholder, I will continue to support WWE in any way I can. A personal thanks to our community and business partners, shareholders, board of directors for their guidance and support throughout the years, then, now, forever together. So that's kind of like the announcement. Jay, what do you think of that announcement? Like, what was your reaction to when you learned that? Because by God, I wasn't expecting it.
I kind of thought it was going to happen soon because of the allegations that was put on him.
Mm-hmm.
I just wasn't expecting it to be so soon.
I know, right? Like, I knew it was happening, but it was like, I thought, like, I'm like, he'll never retire. I would be shocked because anybody that knows Vince or anything about him is like, this is what he does. Like, this is his life. It's what he does.
Yeah, he clearly had no plans of like retiring. Like, he was still going to run this stuff. Even I think he said it before. Like, he was going to run this promotion until he wasn't able to do it anymore. Lord knows how long that was going to be.
Exactly right.
But yeah, like it's unfortunate he had to step down due to these circumstances. But it's like, you got capable people in the company that can definitely take his place and possibly make the product better.
Yeah.
So
That's the
Uh,
thing, right? Yeah.
yeah. So hopefully these allegations, whatever this may be, is I don't know if I don't know if this is true or not, but they're still under investigation with that. But if it is,
Mhm.
that's very unfortunate. But as far as the company goes, it's left in good hands. So
Yeah, I think
just gotta have to wait and see what happens.
all the behind the scenes stuff I've ever seen about Stephanie, like not her on screen persona, but who she is behind the scenes. Like I know she was a big proponent of and pushed all the like the women's revolution, all the women's wrestling that happened. Like that was gigantic for her. I know she really wanted that. But I find it interesting that they put Nick Khan as a co-CEO and not just Stephanie in charge. Do you have any thoughts on that, Jay? Do you have any like why do you have any clue as to why they would do that?
I think I read somewhere in an article that I think they made that decision based on Nick Khan's experience, I guess, because
Mm-hmm.
he's been in the business for a while, for a long while. So there are some things that he may know that could benefit for Stephanie, and then vice versa. So I think I don't know specifically, but I did read somewhere that they're going to need each other for what for
Mm-hmm.
certain things that they not that they may not know about. So, uh, but yeah, I think that was the main reason why
Yeah, I got you.
they made themselves co-CEOs. But I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
What I'm also okay with as well, because I'd also read this before the start of the for the start of this podcast here, but Triple H,
Mm-hmm.
he's officially back as reprising his role as the executive vice president of talent relations, and
Mm-hmm.
now they're saying that he's now the head of creative,
Hmm.
something that Vince McMahon
Which
was.
that that seems fantastic. Like I love the black and gold NXT. I haven't checked out the I don't know the tie dye version,
So,
the new version of
Yeah, I
NXT.
don't know what that is about.
so that's interesting that you say that, Jay, because I was literally gonna ask. You said that tonight is like their first event since all of this has happened, right?
Yeah.
So my question was gonna be, what do you think is going to is gonna be like the most immediate like visible change that'll happen tonight? Like, what do you think will be like the be like, oh man, like the
Um,
easiest thing or the most, yeah, like I said, the most visual thing that you can see that was going to change like right away, immediately.
I don't I don't think anything visually will change. Just from my opinion, I don't think anything visually is going to change. Because in my opinion, I think the product
Mhm.
is fine the way it is. Though it could be a little bit more edgier. I feel. So if anything, maybe they'll go in that direction. Because
Yeah, didn't
they
they
had plans
recently
of
changed the rating?
they had plans of changing the ratings back to TV 14, which is pretty much the Attitude Era type of
Okay,
rating. But
interesting.
they're still in talks with that. So I don't know when that's going to actually happen. But
Gotcha.
I don't think anything really is going to change as far as like the product goes, or like as far as like this the wrestlers that's there. Um, like I said, I think they just need to add a little bit more. I don't know what it is. It's not. I can't say variety, but they just need to make the shows more interesting to watch, because it's like it's pretty much the same old stuff I'm watching every week.
Mm-hmm.
And there's times too where I'm just like, I know what's going to be going on SmackDown or on Raw, and I'm like, okay, I'll watch Raw for this segment, or I'll watch this match, and then that's it. I just won't watch the show because I already know. Like
Yeah.
I think for the most part, it's like most of the promos that they do, or the matches even, are way too predictable. So maybe they can work around that and change that up a little bit. I don't know how, but they just have to make it more exciting again. And I really think with Stephanie and Triple H running things, I think that could happen. So
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know what to expect for tonight though, like as far as like how it's going to be run now with with them taking the lead, taking the helm, but I just got to find out. Just got to see what
Yeah.
happens.
I'm I don't think we'll see any really major changes for like a year,
Yeah.
right? Because they kind of
Okay.
they plan on building everything up like immediately after WrestleMania. Like their thought process is, all right, we'll rest a minute and then we're gonna build to the next WrestleMania, right? Like almost like within the
Yeah.
next couple weeks. So I imagine they probably have some sort of plan in place for
Yeah.
probably the next year, like of how things go. And I'm sure things will probably there'll probably be minor things, but I definitely don't see anything minor. I mean, major
Major
happening.
like tonight. Yeah.
Happening like
No, I
immediately.
mean,
I would be shocked if it was.
I don't think
Yeah.
anything major either, but I was just wondering, like,
Mhm.
since they're having like their first, I guess event tonight since the shift, like if there was gonna be maybe like anything. It doesn't have to be major, but like just something that people may notice, or something that'll be like. I guess when I was saying like earlier, like visual, I wasn't really the quite
Mhm.
like not that's not exactly what I mean, but just like like if people will be able to tell, like it's something, even if it's minor or anything, you know what I mean. But yeah,
Yeah.
anyway, yeah, that's cool. Well,
I'm
what time
I'm
is that, by the way? Because currently it is 6:45 over in New York.
Yeah.
So what time do these events normally start over there?
Raw. Well, I think all three shows, Raw, SmackDown, NXT, they all start at 8 p.m.
Okay.
Yeah.
yeah.
Mondays,
That was the one thing I was
NXT's on
looking at. I was
Tuesdays.
like, I want to make sure our show doesn't run into that show because I know Jay will probably want to be watching
Yeah.
that when we do.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna definitely I'm gonna watch that for sure, man. We got time.
So I definitely don't want to keep you hung up here too long.
That's all good.
I'm kind of curious to like, they always say Vince is in Gorilla on the headset. You think that'll be Trips
Nope.
now?
No,
Nobody?
well, it had to be Trips.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Like, I
That's
guess
how
he
he
would
was
take
with
the place.
NXT. He was in the
Yeah,
Gorilla.
that's true. Gorilla position, I guess, is for people that aren't in the know on wrestling. It's a spot back behind the curtain where like everybody that goes out and they kind of Vince is always there and would be have a headset on and talking to the announcers and stuff and like telling them what to say. So,
Oh, let me just do a little fact check. Gorilla. When they say Gorilla position, it's derived off of the wrestler Gorilla Monsoon,
yes.
because that's what they call it. That I don't know specifically the details, like why they actually went and called it that, but it was inspired by the wrestler Gorilla Monsoon. So just want to
Okay.
just
Who
add
was
that in
much
there.
beloved by like a lot of
Yeah.
people. Everybody loved
Yeah.
Gorilla Monsoon. He was the announcer on the for a long time.
Yeah.
But it was kind of like a little bit before my time in wrestling. So most of the stuff I know about that is after the fact.
Yeah.
Did you watch WCW, by the way? I was just curious, Jay. Were you a WCW at all growing up or not?
Man, I didn't know anything about WCW until I was in Jersey, and strangely enough, when I was in Jersey, that's when I knew what ECW was, because it was always, ECW was in Philadelphia, and Jersey's close to Philly, so well, where I was at, I was close to Philly, but I didn't watch WCW like that, but I knew, like, honestly, the only way I knew like most of the wrestlers that was in there is because of the wrestling game that they
Yes.
had.
The video game.
WCW NWO Revenge. I think I was playing that game.
Yes, I had it.
That's
I
why
still got my
I knew.
cartridge somewhere.
God, that is such a good game. I played that religiously. But yeah, that's how I knew who all the wrestlers were. Most of them that was there, like Goldberg, for instance, and all the cruiserweights. Oh my God, the cruiserweights! I actually went and seen some of the matches for the cruiserweights. It was so good. Like Rey Mysterio and Juventud and Psychosis, I think his name was. Like
Oh
it
man,
was great.
Psychosis. I
Yeah,
downloaded him for the WWE 2K, the new version. I downloaded him off the shop. I think he's on the mod shop.
Yeah, have you played any of the more recent 2K games, Jay? Because I know Josh, like when the most recent one came out, he was playing it for a while. He was streaming it, like doing the GM mode or whatever that those games have. And
Yeah.
it looked pretty
I,
neat,
I
just managing
yeah.
like one of the three. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I do have the game, but I haven't been playing it as much though.
Mm.
But the game is fun though. I do like the game. I never really done I never really done like the jam mode and stuff like that. I think that's just too much for me. I just like to just beat people up
Just
and shit.
hop into a match, and yeah, I got
Yeah.
you. Yeah, okay.
It's fun, man. The new game was great. The couple previous games were kind of bad at
Yeah, there was
times.
yeah.
So I'm really glad that they actually took the time and really worked on the newer one because I had a good time with it. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yep.
but yeah, I liked the grown up WCW and at the time WWF were like the two things. So because I'm in Georgia, so obviously like the Southern WCW, like I'm gonna see that everywhere, right? It's everywhere. So, yeah. I guess we could talk about this for a second. It's on Twitter. It says WWE stock has already shot up 9.51% today following the news of Vince's retirement and Triple H's heading of creative. So, that's good. I guess people are. I don't know a lot about investing or stocks or anything, but higher numbers usually seem like a good thing, right? So
I would say so.
That's a pretty big jump. 9%. That seems like a lot. 9.9.5%.
I would say so. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just starting getting into the whole investment stuff. Like I bought Amazon because my brother was like just telling me like, dude, you got to buy it at Amazon because it have like 20. You get like one share. You get one share equals like 20 shares, and I'm like, I don't even know what the hell you're talking about, but I'll buy it anyways. You know what you're talking about?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know anything about investing. I wish I did. I wish I did because it seems like a good way to make money, but I have no idea how to do it. We need to get an accountant on the show in the future.
I've dabbled with it here and there, but it's a little tricky, man, because some stuff, like you remember when the whole like GameStop stuff was happening and all that.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
crazy,
gosh.
man. It has its ups and downs, man.
Yeah. Oh.
All right. All right, I'm just gonna rattle some more just random questions to you, Jay. So, do you have a favorite faction? Any favorite stable faction? Past or present? Could be one of each. Anything that you want to do. You got any
Trying to
favorites?
think of something. Maybe I'm trying to think of one that I've kind of like gravitated towards because I know there's a lot, but I don't know if I could consider them to be a favorite. Ah, man. I'm pretty sure there is one group. Maybe it was maybe the Nexus. I would probably have to say because
Okay.
they really like did a lot of shit.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, I would say like the early Nexus faction because I know there was one that was later on led by CM Punk, which I didn't really like that much, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I like the original Nexus. They were pretty cool.
Do you like CM Punk, Jay? Because I kind of missed that era. Everybody always talked
But
about
yeah,
how they loved him and thought he was the greatest, and I was like, I don't know who this dude is, but everybody seems to like him a lot.
they. His promo skills is pretty much why people love him. Like
Mm-hmm.
ever since that promo he cut back in I think it was 2011. I think he just cut like a real honest promo, like just airing
Mm-hmm.
out everything he wanted to air out.
I'm the
That
Paul
pretty
Heyman
much
guy. That one.
yeah.
Yeah.
And that pretty much elevated his career. So like that at the start had me like really like Punk because he was just pretty much speaking, you know, speaking from his heart. Like if it was
Mm-hmm.
any displeasures or anything he didn't like, he'll pretty much address it. It pretty much got me on the edge of my seat sometimes when he with the things that he say. But yeah, I like Punk. Punk is pretty cool.
Gotcha.
I'm a little upset now because he's sidelined. He's the AEW World Champion now, but like he had to take
Yeah,
time
yeah.
off to
Something
heal some
happened, right?
injuries and stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Oh, sidebar. Have you seen the
Okay.
Hills TV show?
Oh
with
man,
Oh man, I actually wanted to see that. I
it
haven't.
has
I
it
literally
has
asked that as you said it in chat much.
Oh,
Stephen Amell, and is Alexander Skarsgård, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that
yeah.
show
Is it
show's
good?
great, man. Or
Yeah, it's
not
actually really
Alexander.
good.
I'm thinking of the wrong Skarsgård. Alexander's the dude from fucking Northman. God damn it! What's the dude's name?
I'm looking it up right now. I'll tell you.
Oh damn! What was his
Nope,
name?
I typed heels into Google and it's exactly what I didn't mean.
Alexander Ludwig.
Yes,
Fuck,
that's it.
He's not a Skarsgård at all. His name is Alexander Ludwig. I mixed up the first names, is what it was. So yeah, Stephen Amell and Alexander Ludwig. That show's great, man. I think you'll like that, Jay.
Yeah, Jay, you should check it out. It's
it's on Stars.
Yeah, I have the app, but the only time I go to Stars is to watch freaking Power. That's it.
Well, man, Heels is on there. Check it out, dude, because it is like
Yeah.
pretty damn good. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll give it a watch.
Definitely looking forward to season 2 of that, because that was
and let us know what you think too, Jay. Because if you didn't like it, I want to know, and I want to know why.
I got you.
No, because I get that it's probably for the average person, it's not for everybody. But I really enjoy the Heels as somebody that's like, I know wrestling. I know some of the moves they're doing. I know what they're talking about when they mention, certain wrestlers and things like that. But yeah,
I'm pretty sure Daniel was like watching, like, what the hell is this Hurricanrana? I don't know, but I like it.
No, I mean, listen. Even as somebody who dabbles in wrestling and isn't like the biggest fan of wrestling, I still really enjoyed that show. It was a lot of fun, man. It was really good. Like, I feel like that show's kind of underrated. More people need to watch it. I think it didn't get as much attention because it was on Stars, but man, that show it is legit like good. Like more people need to watch it so it can be talked about, because it is awesome. It is really awesome.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Absolutely. All right, Jay. Favorite entrance music. Who has the best? Who's your pick?
Oh, damn.
Come on, you gotta have one up there. Come on.
I actually did like Triple H's. I think Triple H's music is pretty good.
Dude, I remember when he came back from his injury, and I saw that episode where he came back and had the full Canadian tuxedo on, like the full blue jeans and everything. I just remember thinking that dude looks so cool, because I didn't really remember. When you're a kid, you don't remember shit, who's who and things, but I remember him coming back and from that injury, and I remember thinking that dude, this song, that he just had the whole deal on his entrance when it came out.
Shout outs to Motorhead.
Yeah. Oh my God, so good. What else can we talk about? But Jay, anything in your mind that you want to talk about with wrestling? Like, Liv Morgan's women's champion right now, and that just made me so happy. I just realized that, and like, she because I really liked her. I was like, give her a chance, and then they finally did. I really like Liv.
I'm glad she's getting that proper push that honestly she should have gotten like years ago. Because I too was rooting for her, like especially when she was getting championship opportunities. I was like rooting for her to win. Like I'm happy for her. I just hope her run is really good. I mean, she's going up against Ronda Rousey at SummerSlam, which is this Saturday. I'm curious to see how that match is going to go, because Ronda Rousey, she's like built like fucking Brock Lesnar. She's like almost invincible and shit. So
I feel like there's gonna be shenanigans. I feel like we're gonna get like a funny finish, which is kind of how you protect those types of built characters up a little bit. Even though I see it coming, and I'm not the biggest fan of them all the time because I feel like they do them too much. But yeah.
We'll see.
What did you think of? Did you see the stuff about Brock on SmackDown and that all that he left after the Vince news
Yeah.
came out and all that. I don't know what's
Well,
true and what's not. I just
okay,
saw
so
Twitter's posts and stuff.
yeah, so from what I've read, he did walk out when he caught news that Vince, announced his retirement. He supposedly walked out when he was in the arena already. When he found out, he walked out. And I guess somebody must have heard him say, and I quote, "If he's out, I'm out."
Mm-hmm.
So, so that's where that's all the reports were saying, like, oh, okay, Brock is, no longer on SmackDown. We don't know, the match between him and Roman at SummerSlam is in jeopardy. They may have to find a replacement. And they were saying that Goldberg could be the replacement, which I don't want.
I was like, no,
And
please no. When I saw that,
said the last thing we need is Goldberg to be back. Nothing against him, but it's just like
too
it
old,
ain't.
man.
Yeah,
Time to hang the boots up.
but yeah. And it was interesting too because on SmackDown, I think they mentioned it. I don't know if they mentioned the fact that he walked out, but I know in the end he actually did show up at the end of the show, to close the whole thing. And I know Pat McAfee. I love Pat McAfee, by the way. But
I do
Pat, I
too.
think he was saying
Pat's
Yeah,
great.
he was
Josh was
That's
it's like the
funny.
best thing to happen right now. But yeah, he had
Absolutely.
mentioned like, oh my gosh, the rumors were. I thought he was like, I thought he walked out or whatever. So they kind of like subtly brought it up. But yeah, I'm glad he's back. Well, he didn't like walk out officially, but I mean, who's to know like how that's going to be like after SummerSlam? Because I'm pretty sure they're not going to have Brock win, and I hope they don't have him win, the championship. Because last thing we need is a part timer holding a world championship, two
I
two
agree.
championships for that matter. But yeah, I don't know what's going to happen with Brock after SummerSlam. I don't know if that's going to be his
This might be
last
his
match in the
final run.
company.
Might be the last time we ever
Yeah.
see Brock till he gets
Yeah.
like Hall of Famed or whatever. He may
Yeah,
not
man.
even show
Like,
up to that. No, and Brock is a weird dude. Did you watch his interview with Pat McAfee on his
I did.
podcast?
Yeah,
That's a
I
good
did. It
interview.
was a fun interview. Yeah. I mean,
It's the
Brock's a good guy. He's a fun dude, but it's just like I say most of the things that he does, well, at least in the wrestling business, like is more so like him just doing what he needs to do and just getting the hell out.
yeah.
He don't really care for much, like
He's made his money.
of
He
what's
doesn't have
going
to
on.
do this if he doesn't want to. He's having fun right
Exactly.
now. Like that's
Yeah.
what he's doing now.
Yeah. So I can understand that. So
No, I respect it. Brock sounds like somebody that's a super introvert, but is fucking a mega athlete, like a freak athlete, and he likes his money and he likes running his farm, and that's what he does. So I mean, I respect Brock a lot. Like he's blunt and knows what he wants, so he's gonna do what he wants, and then he'll just go on. Like it's pretty cool. God, I was gonna say something else and I forgot what it was. I do that a lot on this show, Jay. I have a thought primed and ready, and it's just gone right when I need it.
I'm like that too, man. Don't worries.
had it, and now it's gone.
It's gone. It's disappeared. It's like smoke.
Interesting.
Okay.
No, go ahead.
We all had something to say, so go ahead, guys.
No, you go ahead. Go ahead, Daniel. It's your turn to talk. What do you got?
No, all I was gonna say is I know we were talking briefly about like what is like some of your favorite like current wrestlers, but who do you think are some people that like we should be like keeping an eye on to look forward to for in the future? Because
Okay.
like I know we have like NXT and all that kind of stuff, and like and I know I like I haven't really been keeping up with like a whole lot, but I know somebody in particular that I've seen a whole lot of, and I know Jay knows exactly who I'm about to bring up right now. That fucking Nikita Lyons, bro. She's been like ever since I've known about her. I'm like I need to watch more wrestling, dude. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh, but
did you see the picture I put up in my Discord?
Was it like recent? I don't. Let me see.
Yeah, like a few days ago, I posted it.
Oh man.
Oh, it was a picture she put up on her Instagram.
Oh, she put up on Instagram. Yeah, I did see those. I did see those. Yeah. Yeah, dude, she knows. She knows with those shorts. She knows. She knows, man.
Strangely enough, though, they I heard that they're keeping an eye on her, like because they think that they may consider moving her up to the main roster. From what I
I
read,
mean, like at this point, it makes sense. Like, why would you not, right? Like,
right?
she's blown up a lot, like in the past. Wow,
I mean, she got
you
all the
know.
assets and stuff, you know.
Yeah, exactly. She sure does. You know, we're joking around about this, but like honestly though, like yeah, I don't know. I need to watch more wrestling. But aside from that, I who else do you think are
Okay.
like legitimately like other wrestlers
Yeah,
like either men's or on the women's side like that we should be keeping an eye on for the future, you know?
yeah, for sure. There's a lot. I can name a few though that I've definitely seen that definitely has promise.
Mhm.
Um, what's his name again? Carmelo Hayes. He's the
Oh, I've
current
heard of that
North
name.
American
Yeah.
champion. Yeah, he reminds me so much of MVP. Josh, you know what MVP is, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so he
TikTok.
he kind of gives me those vibes a little bit. It kind of reminds me of a young MVP because he got the swag going. You know, his in-ring ability, his in-ring moves are good. Promos are good. Like I see a future with him for
Okay.
sure. Um, let's see who else I've been keeping an eye on in
Yeah,
our roster.
that's a
Because
name that I've heard, but I don't know too much about him. Yeah.
yeah, because like
What do you
I know
think?
with the new NXT they have mostly brand new wrestlers that's just coming out of the performance center, like they trained from there.
Mhm.
So I'm trying to think if there's anybody that. Oh, actually, I don't know if he was from an Indies, but Joe Gacy, I think his name is. He's I don't know what his character is specifically, but he's using like well, he had used like these druids or however you pronounce it, like
Mhm.
those black cloaked characters, like how the Undertaker had
Yeah.
when he came out in the ring. Like he had those kind of guys there. So he's playing like this mysterious, scary. I don't know what character it is specifically,
Mhm.
but it's quite interesting though. But he's pretty good. I like him. Um, and another one. I'm trying to think who else.
I know
There's
they're
actually
pretty
there might
high
be.
on Braun Breaker a lot, even though I hate his
Yeah,
fucking name. I
yeah, I don't
hate the
like the name.
Breaker. They gotta get rid of Breaker. He's a fucking Steiner. Let him be
Yes,
Braun Steiner or something Steiner. He's a Steiner. Come on, get rid of the Breaker.
yeah.
Ron Breaker. Oh.
He's the son of which was one? Rick Steiner, right?
Rick Steiner, yeah.
Rick Steiner, yeah. So yeah, yeah, I like him too. He's pretty good. His spirit though is crazy.
So that brings up a good point. Why don't they just let him use the family name, bro? What's up with that?
I have no idea. I still
There was weird things going on with the Steiners for a long time. I think because of Scott, right? Like they have bad blood and stuff in the WWE, but that's all like gone now, right? Because
yeah.
they got inducted
Got
into the Hall
inducted.
of Fame and all that stuff. If fucking Braun was there,
Yeah.
I really hate the name Braun Breaker. I really do. Breaker. It's so
Perhaps
dumb.
perhaps if he gets called up, maybe they'll change his name.
He
Yeah,
needs
well,
to be a Steiner. Come on.
I was gonna mention like now with the changes, do you think there's a possibility that they'll let him, like do the name change?
I think it's a possibility because it was Vince's idea just to have people have like a first. I think he wanted people to have like a first and last name. Most of the superstars to have like a first and last name.
Mm.
So, um, yeah, maybe that can change. Just have to see.
I mean, this whole
Another,
moveset Steiners, right? From what I've seen.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. What were you
And
gonna
then
say, D?
another one another superstar I'm waiting to get called up to the roster because it just makes perfect sense for him to join this faction, the Bloodline. I'm talking is Solo Sikoa. He's actually the brother of the Usos, and I didn't know
Uh-huh.
that they had another brother.
Oh.
Looks just like them too.
Yeah, he does. I'm looking at photos.
Yeah, looks just like the two twins. Like it's crazy. But I'm just waiting on the day when he gets called up. I don't know when that's gonna happen, but when it does happen, I'm hoping he joins the Bloodline if it's still a thing. I don't know how long this whole bloodline faction is going to last, but he needs to be added in there. I think it's just only a matter of time. But he's pretty good in the ring, though. I do like his work. But yeah, like there's still a lot more wrestlers, like superstars, like on the come up. Like The Rock's daughter's actually now in there too.
Oh yeah, I did hear about her. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And she cut like a promo in like one of the house shows. I didn't see it exactly, but like they just show pictures of her in the ring with Mike in her hand. And she called out somebody. But
Because
it's
I
been received
remember,
pretty well.
I want to say like it was like a couple months ago, or like it wasn't like that long ago, but like she like revealed her like her name, her wrestling name, right?
Yeah.
And she made her debut or whatever. Yeah, that was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I remember hearing about that.
The first fourth generational
Ava
superstar.
Rain. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I was trying to remember what it was. Ava Rain. That's what it is. Cool. Yeah, that's crazy. Like just so many generations and keeping it.
I know, right?
Keeping it
It's so interesting to be like, I watched this person as a kid. Now their kid is getting into wrestling, and it's
Well,
like
it brings you back.
so cool.
That takes that reminds me of a fucking Rey Mysterio and his kid, right? Like
Yeah, Dominic.
Yeah.
I can
I'm
see.
surprised his son is wrestling. It's crazy.
Right.
I remember the
loved
match
Rey
they had.
Mysterio growing up.
Did you see that match with him and Ray back then when Dominic, when it was like fighting for the custody of Dominic?
Yes, I'm your poppy. The fucking I'm your poppy promo and like
what?
Oh my god!
Dude?
Yes, him and Eddie. Oh my god. I can still hear Eddie in my head being like, "I'm your poppy," you know, like. No, dude, no. It was the craziest thing.
Oh,
because Eddie and Ray were such good
that-
friends. It's such a weird.
Yeah.
It's one of those. We love wrestling. There's a lot of weird things that also happen in wrestling.
Oh god, that was like the most craziest, funniest match I have to say.
That's something, man.
Yeah, the
Wow.
custody papers are in a fucking briefcase in the ladder match, and
Just some of the wrestling storylines, dude. Like, just
yeah.
like who thinks of this stuff, bro? Like, it's fucking hilarious.
Bro, that's all Vince's idea. Just
Yeah,
off the top of the dome.
He
Off the top of the
like-
dome, man.
he loves family shit.
Well,
there's a lot of things that they've done back then they can't do now. Like
Oh, absolutely not.
there was one segment that there was this tag team, it's a black tag team called the Crime Time. Oh, when I say controversial, those two, like their vignettes, like when they were about to debut,
Yeah.
hilarious. I'm pretty sure you can watch it on YouTube, but they might be on YouTube.
The voiceover, the voiceover
Grab
guy.
a
Oh, I
40,
can't.
check your rollies. It's crime time.
It's crime time.
But yeah, like
For-
there was a promo, right? There was a promo that they did, and it was, I don't know what year it was, but it was around the time when George Bush was still president, right?
Oh man,
They didn't have George Bush coming to the show. They had somebody like, dressed up like him,
like an impersonator or something. Okay.
Yeah. Oh my god,
I need to look
can't-
some of this stuff up, dude. That sounds wild, dude.
I'm not even gonna paraphrase the stuff that he said, but when he talked about Condoleezza Rice, and I was like, what he said to her, I was like, yeah, I'm surprised they still on the air saying that shit.
Yeah, there's been some. As a kid, I loved, or as a young teen, whatever I was when Crime Time came out, I loved Crime Time. I thought they were hilarious, and I thought the wrestling was great. I thought they were good. JTG and Big Shad.
Yeah.
Like, And I can still hear their entrance music in my head when they would come out, and like the announcer dude, like. But man, I don't think you could do that today at all.
No, you really can't. You know, cancer culture is at its is at its high right now. So if they did something like that, that'd be off the air immediately. I like how Majin was it's not Justin Jordan Majin, it's Jason Jordan. But yeah, I remember they having that segment where like Kurt Angle I'm not gonna say a bastard child because I mean essentially that's what it was, but they didn't mention it. But it was pretty much a bastard child, and then the child happened to been Jason Jordan, who was black. So I was like, okay,
Oh.
that's weird.
Like,
I had to scratch my head on that. I was like, I think the fans too, like when they found out who his son was, it was like I saw some of the fans was like, huh, like what? Because the thing about that was Jason Jordan, he was his tag team partner Chad Gable. People was thinking it was going to be Chad Gable because you know Gable had all the all the like he was an Olympic gold medalist too. So he was pretty much the same like how Kurt Angle was. Like he won a gold medal, all that stuff. Not with a broken neck, obviously, but
yeah.
so people so people thought that, you know, it was gonna be, you know, Chad Gable, and then it was like when they found out it was Jason Jordan, they wanted to I guess push him. Yeah, fans, oh my god, the fans literally just like booed the crap out of him. Like every night he come out to the ring,
Hated.
instant booed. They
They
hated
hated it.
him.
They hated him. I remember I was watching during this time.
Yeah, it was bad.
It just didn't make no sense. And like, I always thought Gable was the better wrestler. And like, it just didn't make no sense, you know? Like,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Like, it just, and then he got hurt, so I felt bad that he got hurt. Real
Yeah, that was
pretty much
unfortunate.
career-ending injuries.
Yeah.
Although I think he works behind the scenes, maybe still. I don't know if he still does, but he did for a while.
I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure he still does. I think he's a producer now, or still. So it's not all that bad.
Yeah. Some weird stories going on. Do you remember when they were doing the to go back to Kurt Angle, when they did the Shield and Kurt came out with came out with Moxley and who was the other one?
Seth,
Dean
Seth
at the
Rollins.
time.
Oh,
He came
no,
out. Did he come out with Seth?
Yeah,
Or did he come
yeah.
out with Rollins?
Yeah, Dean Ambrose, aka John Moxley, and Seth Rollins. Because Roman was out.
Yeah, and he come out and he had the stupid grin on his, and he had the Shield gear on. Oh my god, that shit was so funny. Just because he looks so out of place. There's some weird moments that happen in wrestling, guys. I think we need to wrap up because we only have about 45 minutes before Jay's got to go watch Raw. So,
that was fun.
Yeah, we'll close out here.
Yeah, we'll just finish it up right now. We'll go ahead and we'll just do our goodbyes. Jay, thank you for being on the show. I appreciate you, and you are most definitely.
Yeah.
I hope you do come back because I would love for you to come back and we could talk even more wrestling because there are so many things that we didn't even touch on because the show's been so long. So I'm gonna throw Daniel's screen up first so he can say his goodbyes, and then I'll do you, Jay, and then I'll go last.
All right.
Okie dokes.
You're up, Daniel.
Thank you all for joining us, whether you watched with us live here on Twitch or up on YouTube, or if you're listening on Spotify or wherever you're listening to this at. Thank you. Appreciate it as always. Fun episode here today with Mr. SaveUsJ joining us. Coming up for me on stream, I'm gonna be playing a couple of smaller games, kind of like Road 96. Raji, an ancient epic, and I was just sent a key on Keymailer earlier today to this game called Night Hunt. So we're probably going to be checking that out tomorrow. So join us there for that. But yeah, that'll do it here for us today, guys. Thanks for watching and hanging out and all that good stuff. We'll see you next week. Where we will be talking about I believe next week's show is some of our favorite gaming companions. So that'll be fun.
Yeah.
We'll see who Josh has and we'll see who I have, right? Anyway, that'll do it. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next week. Bye.
All right, Jay, you are up. Please feel free to shout out any of your shows. Hey, Jay, you're up. Feel free to shout out any of your shows, whatever you want to talk about. What do you got coming up? Let me adjust your camera over a little bit, too.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
All right. Perfect. All right. Yeah, you can catch me here on Twitch. My stream schedule is kind of sporadic right now, but I'm usually streaming during the late hours. You can catch me a little bit after 8 p.m. mostly. And I'm just playing variety games. I play DBD a lot. Right now, I should be live later on tonight, like after the wrestling stuff is done. I'll be playing, continuing the Stray playthrough. So most likely be finishing it too. So we'll see. But yeah, want to follow me everywhere? Josh was graciously kind enough to post all my links there. So if you guys see it, just follow me there. And yeah, thank you again to Josh and Daniel for having me for this podcast. It's been fun. And I'll catch you guys in the next one.
Hell yeah. All right, it's my turn, and I have nothing coming up, guys. I want to get back in the streaming again, but I have so much going on all the time nowadays. The Etsy shop and the Instagram for 902 Dice Creations. Those are the big things right now. So go buy some dice from me. I could use the money that we could use to invest in further enhancements for this here show. And plus, I have fun doing it as well, guys. And if you just like the photos, make sure to just check out the Instagram. That's cool. You don't have to do anything you don't want to do. Check out our YouTube. We put reactions up. I put reactions up. DT3 put up reactions on his YouTube channel for those trailers earlier. So make sure to go check our raw reactions to that stuff. Once again, thank you to everybody that always checks us out and hangs out with us. Make sure to follow the channel as we're constantly working on. Look, Daniel and I DT3 and I were planning out the rest of the shows for the rest of the year last night. So we have things coming up. We have things planned. We're gonna have more guests on. So make sure to come by and check us out. So hit the follow button, and we will see you all next time. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye, everybody.
Bye bye.